Uh, this is another episode. Occupy Thursday. Uh, Definitely, we are in. We are together with the reject finance bill, guys. So that's why we called it Occupy Thursdays. Tuko pamoja. So ni vile kazi lazima ifanywe. Anyway, welcome another day, another dollar, and very interesting markets today after we had a break yesterday because of the Juneteenth holiday. So here we are again, and just to say something, say hi to guys.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to today's stream. If you're out there, we understand. We have no problem with that. Yeah, for us, it's another day to keep doing what we do, as everyone else does what they have to do. We wish to be there with you, but sadly, we are here, but not in spirit. We are with you, and we join you in everything that is happening. That is why today's version is called Occupy Thursday. Quite momentous both on the markets and outside. So we'll just be looking at what is going on outside there. If you're outside there, Phil, I don't know if you might be listening to us, which might be very unexpected, but you can send us pictures of where you are, tell us what is happening out there, and we'll be sure to splash that out to the other community. So for any community members who are out there, stay safe, stay strong. Walter?
Okay, I was just using my account to repost the live on my account. Anyway, a very interesting day, and today, unlike the other days, I want to start with Nasdaq before we go on. Before definitely we are used to starting with the other markets, then we go back to the stock market. But something has happened, and first things first, I think we have to go back to what we expected with Nasdaq yesterday and the day before, because yesterday nothing happened, nothing big happened. So I want to show you this zone I'm extending. If you can remember, I already plotted out these zones. I'm just extending them on the far right. So what we expected price to break this counter trend line and to go towards the 20,077 as per yesterday. So look at price went, tested that zone, respected that zone enough to reject it back down, and back down. Something interesting happened, I think. Intraday, let me just say London. This happened in London, and definitely the patterns guy here, lazima ninge I had to see this. So this happened, and we have a shoulder here. We have a pattern which was created towards the after the rejection up here. So I want to plot it out for you. Sasa hii imetokea. Anyway, it's a head and shoulder, and we've not seen this pattern once. I keep addressing it and addressing it, and what we know about the head and shoulder pattern is a reversal pattern, and for the reversal pattern, what we know about the reversal pattern is that for it to be activated, there's something called a neckline where price has to break through that neckline, so that if you're going short, if you're reversing, you take your entry. So that's the neckline, which I've just outlined there. And we saw, I think, around 230ish, 235. I can see it's the 235 candle of the on the 5 minutes, which was sending price down. And as I do normally, I estimate the trough, the height of the trough inside, and I extend it down. And what do we see? We expected price to go and test this zone. So what is so unique about this zone, and I can't depend on the intraday price action to know what is happening on that zone. So this is a head and shoulder. Definitely, everything was obeyed. Price action break. There was a good volume breakout back down at 235, and we go on the higher time frame and see what was happening. And what do we see after price breaks this zone? We see an imbalance where it, which was not tested when price was still rushing back up or still going up. I mean, so that is the imbalance I'm looking at, and price right now. Uh, that setup, that 5 or 15 minute setup, uh, it was looking to go and test that imbalance. So, as you can see, the setup objective went to fruition. It has already gone to fruition, past fruition, and we can see it is volume backed. As you can see this candle, and you can see the height of the you can see the bar graph. I mean the volume. Jesse, I can. There's something with your mic, so kindly. It's either you're moving, tunasikia. So anyway,
Oh,
tulia.
sorry.
So it's okay. It's okay. Anyway, you can see that it is volume backed, and what we know after every pattern comes to fruition, we expect price to start consolidation. So after prices, as I think reached it, I think it wanted to retest the 20,000s. That's what I thought here, and before I posted on my TL. So we can see price is very aggressive right now, and it looks to reverse. And it has already blown out this zone, which I was calling the imbalance, or the FVG, as you guys call it, on the ICT guys call it. And now we are retesting these highs. If you can remember these highs, the ones we had outlined the other day. So if we don't see we hoping these are support, are resistance now turned support. So if will it hold, we don't know. It is volume backed, so we just wait. And that is what I saw, and I had to share it. So uh, on to the other markets. I think, Jesse, have you seen the numbers from BOE?
The number from Bank of England.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Have you seen
Um,
them?
yeah, in fact, checking that as we speak. That is
Okay, I've
trying
seen
to
a pause.
look.
I've seen a pause, and I wanted you to talk about that. But
Yeah, I
seeing a
think.
pause, it means, for me, Singapore's, it means the Bank of England is very hawkish, Bado. And as we saw yesterday, and I think I talked about this yesterday or the day before, and I said, I know the CPI print went down as expected, actually, because it went down from 2 point, the UK CPI. Inflation went down from 2.3 last month, the previous month. When was that? Is it April? April CPI was 2.3, and uh, this last month CPI, which was released yesterday, came in at 2.2, at 2%. So we can see an inflation drop, but BOE earlier stated that they want to see their numbers down below, the inflation numbers down below 2. And just like I said yesterday, I think they want to see if the economy can stay well below that 2%, not just hitting that number and start cutting rates. So that's why I'm saying the BOE is still very hawkish, and having the BOE still hawkish and the Fed still hawkish, it means that we might see a very rangy a very rangy GU going forward. So that is just my analysis. I don't know what will happen in the markets. So I know small prints might affect the market, and there's a channel I can outline here. I don't want to call it a channel per se, because it doesn't obey my channel rules. So Spendy, this is what I'm seeing, something close to this, and I don't want to force it, but something like that. We have a counter trend line, might push price down when it breaks that, and yeah, we can see that. But I don't want to talk more and more about this. Instead of looking at a pattern here, I think to be safe, I might just go with the support zone, where I think it represents the lower side of this lower quartile here, and it's safe to first wait and see how price will act here, instead of just calling out the pattern and we can see the channel. So Jesse, are you still there? Jesse, okay, Jesse has just dropped, but I wanted to hear what Jesse has to say about this. So that is what happened. That's what has happened recently, and I think just a couple. Is it even an hour? Don't think so. But as we expected, DXY is doing very nice. We expected DXY the dollar to be very bullish after everything, after last week, and after all those, all the number prints that came in last week, and early in the day, I think we saw something in the Swiss. Just give me a minute, and the Swiss came in strong again, and it's time to cut rates, and they have done it again. So what do we expect? We expect a weak. Definitely we expect a weak Swiss franc, and as the dollar is very strong, this is a no-brainer trade. So if you're lucky enough to catch it, well and good. But now that they have solidified their stand, I think for every dip, I don't take this as financial advice, but for every dip, I think we should be seeing buyers coming in, and yeah, it's a very good. I think this is one of the optimum times to be trading currencies right now, because right now we can see in central banks having different views, and different views really help with the volatility and the momentum of the market. So we can see like the Fed are still hawkish, and we can see the Swiss franc is the Swiss guys are very dovish. So that qualifies as a very good trade. So that is that, and continuing to other markets, I think I've just talked about the two major events of the week and still the day, and yeah, looking good. So uh, I don't want to go to the majors, because pretty much the same as yesterday, and we're still expecting a very strong dollar going forward. And what I can just see off the Canadian USD Canadian chart is just a small triangle. Don't mind me if I see something. I've just seen it. Not that I'm trading it, but I can see it. I can see price trying to say something, and that's what it's trying to say. And if it breaks the counter trend line, I expect price to go up. So don't take me for my word. I told you the classicals respect stocks much better as compared to the currencies, but they not that they don't respect the currencies at all, but this qualifies. So I don't want to talk about that, and I want to redact that chart. I want to go straight to currencies, and this is what is happening at currencies, or I mean to commodities, and this is what is happening to commodities. I think I mentioned this channel. I've been mentioning this channel for the longest time possible. I think for the past for the this entire week, last week towards the end, we expected price to obey this channel, this falling channel. And if you don't mind me, let me make this clear to you. And Jesse, I think you're back. Okay, Jesse will just atasema akirudi. Anyway, uh, we expected price to obey this trend line and way back on top to try and test the upper trend line, and like we can see price approaching that counter trend line, and towards the top we saw a triangle being created, and this triangle I expected price to push up after breaking that triangle, and as much as yesterday's price action was, yeah, we had very low volume since this because of the holiday, but you see how after breakout price just went up and up, and we expected, after estimating with the estimates from inside the triangle, we expected price to go to the 2364 area. So that is what is happening, and to test that area, it means one thing. It means the counter trend line has broken of the falling channel, and for this falling channel to break, I think we might see more bullish price action come back on gold. And something interesting has happened. I think in the intraday, I was telling we were conversing with Jesse before we started this, and I was telling Jesse, I think I spot a counter trend line which was being printed, and I expected price to test this zone. Actually, Jessica, are you seeing this? Price has just tested the zone I was telling you about, and I think that zone represents the imbalance towards the top. And after testing that zone, I can see this counter trend line. And if you want to play the setup, you can just make an add-on. You can just make an add-on if you had the breakout. But if you had not entered any position on gold, this is the right place, I think, to enter. Why? Because I see my setup here, another setup here, and just to retaliate that, classicals do work. They don't work the way you want them to work, but they do work. And that's another triangle. That's a continuation pattern after another continuation pattern. And until we have a reversal, that's when. So that's what I expect. I expect price to break here, and if it breaks, take that. You can take that trade. Take it. It's not financial advice. Do your due diligence. You can buy, continue up, and maybe test the 2364 area. So we will keep an eye on that, and I think that's a very good entry for anybody who's looking to go long on gold. But yeah, we expect more price action here. A very interesting chart. A very interesting chart. And Jesse, are you here? Just say something.
Yeah. Certainly, certainly.
Okay, I want.
Uh,
Okay, I wanted you to talk about something, your views on BOE. I think I've just talked about that, and before that, and after that, I want to hear you blabber about your what this trade, your your silver trade, definitely on the commodities, because I know you're big on commodities, and I know you have positions for both the silver and this yellow metal. So I'd like you
yeah,
to pull up your chart, please, if you don't mind.
okay, just pulling up the charts.
Okay.
Just give me a sec. Just give me a sec with that. But generally speaking, today has been quite a momentous day on the commodities front, given that we saw the breakout. In fact, I wasn't even up, but my phone kept pinging. I had alerts set on the phone, and it kept beeping up, and I had to get up and saw that silver was on the rise, same as gold was also on the rise. I guess this was after the BOE decision, and just a little touch on that. Yeah, today, generally, throughout the world, shares, okay, the Nasdaq for that matter, neared the record highs today. I think this was supported by the investor confidence and in the prospect of a drop in the US interest rates, or a cut for that matter. And we also saw the pound ease off after the BOE, or the Bank of England, decided to leave rates at the same level. This, to me, I think you talked about a hawkish sentiment. I think for me that is a dovish decision on their part. So again, throughout the day also, we also saw central banks or the banking sector in Europe with the BOE keeping UK rates at 16-year high. Remember, this is quite a high rate of 5.25%, but they also were quick to say that their decision will not to cut has been, finally balanced, and I quote, finally balanced. And this is a sign that traders took to mean that an August cut could be on the table. So traders are also expecting more rate cuts from the BOE for the UK rates by August. So in other news, also the Swiss National Bank, they also cut interest rates for the second time this year, and we saw the Swiss franc fall down or was down on the day after that decision to cut interest rates by the Swiss National Bank. And also on other fronts, also you remember that banks were also other European banks were also making the decisions today. So Norway's bank also left their rates as unchanged or at the same level, and this was pretty much expected by the market. So again, following that decision, the FTSE or the FTSE, this is the equivalent of the NAS 100 in the UK. It was also traded at a session high after the BOE decision, and it was up almost half a percentage on the day, or 0.4% on the day. We also saw the regional stocks 600 or the the XXP was also up on the day following the BOE and the decision, and also those other rates that have those other decisions by other central banks in the European region I have just mentioned. So the pound also fell. Reacted up following that decision by the BOE. Yeah, the stars are aligning for a UK rate cut. Like I mentioned, investors are expecting this rate cut by August of this year. So maybe sooner than the investors expect the US to cut their rates. So following this data that was released, we are seeing some kind of consumer inflation falling to around the expected 2%. This is the first time since I think 2021, maybe around 3 years. Although we are continuing to see that the service sector is piling more pressure, and also the wage growth still remains hot as compared to what the BOE would anticipate or would ideally want in the economy. Yeah, today also we have seen the dollar gain. Let me just check up on the dollar. And by the way, commodities market right now is quite shaky. If anyone is in a position, it's quite shaky. We are seeing a lot of price movement. I think we had unemployment claims just a while ago, and this was reported came in at much lower than last report, or last Thursday's report, at 238,000 people who filed for unemployment insurance. This was again hotter than expected because the market expected around 233,000 for unemployment claims, but came in hotter at 238,000. So slightly higher than expected, but still cooler or much lower than what we saw last week. So this is again goes to show that the market is very, very emotional, reacting to every kind of data that is essentially coming out. Yeah, so just take caution. The current market, the current prices are kind of shaky. We are seeing a lot of movement, price movement, impulse motion on prices. So it's a good time to keep out of the markets. If you are already had a position, maybe you can hold that, but be aware that the markets are quite shaky at the moment, and we can essentially just expect anything on the horizon. So as we wait for the market to stabilize, see if you can, chip in and, like again, Walter pointed out, it's a good time to get a discount on gold because the bulls have proven us that they are still around and they are not to be shaken by all that selling pressure that was being reflected in the markets. So I guess it's a good time also for you to take caution, but be well aware that the buyers are in, although the sellers don't seem to be giving up the fight quite yet. So again, after the pause or after the slow motion we had yesterday, today is it's a marketplace of activity, and it's just good to keep caution during these highly volatile times that we are seeing on the markets. Again, today on gold, we came up here and made that high. I like to go by candle closure, so we made that high at 23.44. Right now, we're just pulling up to that section and pulling back down. And then when you come back to the support, which has been established by the breakout today, we are still finding buyers at that level, so it's a good time to take caution. This is a very momentous, region, as I've marked out. So it's a price war in there. So you better, if you're not into trading on the spot or scalping on 1 minute moves, 5 minute moves, this is not a good place for you to be trading. So just keep out of the market until things can calm down a little bit more. Uh, Proceeding on, we also have, you guys are all aware that I have a position in WTI. Not looking bad. We had that break of 80 level, which has been sustained. And today, at the moment, as we speak, we are also breaking the 81.9. We might be headed to 82 at this rate. Yeah, so yeah, keep tabs on oil, which is performing quite exceptionally at the moment. So it is a good point to be taking your trades if you're interested. If you didn't take it at the 80 level or you didn't take it at the retest of the 81 level, this is again a breakout area. A breakout area, I mean that we are just breaking out from this kind of resistance formed here. It's being broken down as we speak. So again, it's a good, interesting position for you if you're looking to go long on energy names at this level. I don't know what else I should be looking at, but those are some of the highlights that we have at the moment. Yeah, I think news, there was a Fed, someone was supposed to be speaking. Yeah, the consumer confidence. Consumer confidence. I think it's a release. It should be coming out anytime soon. I think we are expecting that in an hour. So again, something else to watch out for as we tag along. Walter, I know you're big on my silver position, so let me just bring that up and brag all the way about it. Although it's not as significant as I think I'm halfway to my TP. I shared my entries on silver and my sentiment on silver. My hardware is proving to be problematic kidogo. So let me just clear that out. Oh, here we go. We are back. Yeah, my silver position. Let me just quickly go to my silver chart. I think we are halfway in my trade. Let me just zoom out a little bit so that it can be more clear. There we go. Oh, it's almost a quarter into the position, just broken up that key level of that 30.2 level. I think we are still dilly-dallying about it. No big decisions have been made yet, but the bulls have shown that this market is theirs to claim if they have the guts to take it up all the way to the 32 level, which I'm anticipating to take my profits at. But for the moment, you're still playing around with that 30 level. The bulls have shown their hand. It's time to see if the sellers have anything left in their gas tank. And if they do not have anything left in their gas tank, I'm expecting clear ways or clear skies all the way up to the 32 level. So again, this was a position we took given that we were at the breakout level. We retested the breakout level, and the retest came in. It was anticipated, of course, after we broke the 28 level. We expected prices to come back down to 28.9 or so. and that happened. And now we are continuing with our bullish outlook on silver. Though at the moment, as I said, in the commodities market right now, it's a tug of war. One party is pulling one way, the other party is pulling the other way, and textbook or my wisdom or my worldly wisdom tells me that if you're going to resolve this war, it's going to be in the direction of the trend, and the direction of the trend to me looks quite bullish. If I can just zoom out and show you what I mean by an overly bullish sentiment or outlook on the commodities market, especially on silver. This is what we have. Uh, the trend line, like I have showed, that is currently on screen, shows us that we are strongly and strongly in a bullish trend. It is ever expanding. If we can just check, if this can act as my trend line for just a minute, there. We're expanding upwards. We're expanding upwards. And I expect that this is a good sign that we might be seeing higher and higher silver prices as we move along. So yeah, that is my silver position, doing quite well. I mentioned this, I think, yesterday. Silver and Nvidia was holding my portfolio quite high. And, yeah, something not to be proud of, but to accept and to just keep trading the market as we do always. Thankfully, that trade has worked out quite well overnight. And I'd like to mention this is overnight as the DOE was releasing their data. So bullish on commodities still. I'm not so certain about what the Nasdaq wants to show us. Walter can is better positioned to to tell us what that is happening. But to me, it looks like a break and retest on the lower time frames. We just broken up the all-time highs to around 20,091. So can we hold this break? It's up to Nvidia because right now my sentiment is that Nvidia is probably remains the most important stock in the world. I think we are yet to open. We are to open in a few minutes, but pre-market wise, Nvidia doing quite strong. Oh my, it's up there at 140. You remember 140, Walter? I talked about my target at 140. Guess what? This is the level we're playing at in the
Yes.
pre-market. In the pre-market, you're already
Actually,
striking on 140.
I didn't want to gas you up yesterday because the markets in Europe priced in that 140 area yesterday, and nikajua if I tell you, and the TL will not be very peaceful, but 140 it is. Nothing much, no much price action
Yeah.
actually pre-market on this side, and can I take over for a while?
Yes, please do.
Okay, okay. Let me do this. And so let me open this up, and I think I'm clear. And this 140 was priced in yesterday, and I think I'm looking at it like a candle. I'm looking at it like an entire candle, which happened yesterday because yesterday was a we had a ca- we had a holiday, but the guys in Europe priced in this 140 move, and it was announced, and everybody knows NVIDIA is very strong right now, and what is happening right now, and I want to go first before we dive into individual stocks. I want to go first. We dissect the indices in a much proper way. Okay, we saw earlier we've just seen a retest, or what I can call a reversal on the lower time frame in on the Nasdaq. So that whatever has happened on the Nasdaq, I can't see it on any other what I'll call the indices. And the S&P 500 is very stable as compared to the Nasdaq. Nasdaq is volatile, but US 30 is the craziest, and it's too volatile. But the Nasdaq is well known for steady gains. I think somebody highlighted that out today on the TL, and this is what I see. I see when price was trying to break this range here. and it broke out to the top. It left another imbalance, and the price is coming back down, and it is seriously trying to bounce off that imbalance, even if it has not tested it yet. But that is what is happening, and I don't really think we are in any danger. We can't see if we don't see a reversal on the higher time frame, we might be seeing a consolidation, and a consolidation does not mean a reversal. So I know so most of what the market was to do yesterday, most of what the investors were to do yesterday with price action, definitely it is not displayed today. It was not displayed yesterday. So and they will go with the guys who are active overnight, and the European sentiment. And that's why I'm telling you, on the Europe side, these guys had already priced in the 140 move we are seeing pre-market here on the Nasdaq. And this 140 move, I think 140 around this area, I think nothing much is happening on Nasdaq pre-market, because we just seeing a 139, and we already had a print yesterday of 140. So I will say, Marty, this anything much which is happening on the Nasdaq. I mean, on Nvidia today. So as well as other markets, and that's what I want to show you on the other markets. And before I go on, what do I mean by a consolidation? I mean, I expect price to range upper. We might be, if not, we might see price, maybe if price breaks this zone, we expect it to go and try test this zone down here. And by this zone down here, I am referring to this zone, which is a resistance now turned support, and this is also a resistance now turned support, where I expect price to bounce off here, and if it doesn't, and it breaks this, we are now entering in a reversal status. So right now it's not a reversal until it's confirmed, but what we can see a very aggressive price action down to test, I think, this zone, to test this resistance zone, this support. I mean, this support, the resistance stand support. So in short, I can just call them SR. I just like calling them SR. So we expect price either to bounce off here. If not, we can see price moving down and maybe testing here, if not break here. So that is what is happening in the market. And we had I think when you go to the price action, individual price action on stocks, we can see stocks almost, actually, Microsoft was performing well. You can remember yesterday, I think I talked about I think we went through my positions, and what we see right now, it's a pre-market. Microsoft is playing around the close of the day before yesterday. That is Tuesday, the Tuesday close, and nothing much is happening. But I hope price will still go up, because we can see very many bullish price action on individual stocks, and essentially the big cap, the large cap stocks. So what are we looking at on Tesla? Tesla still the same. No much. I know it's trading below, but not with a huge distance. But what we expect, we can see continuation. We can see continuational patterns which might spring price back up, because there is nothing saying, apart from the fundamentals, which we already clearly saw. The stock market ignore, the stock investors ignore the sentiments from Fed. And if we say ceteris paribus in economics, if everything holds constant, and if everything remains constant, we expect price to be moving up. So just a small retracement, normal, and we can see our 10 plus R. Eish, we uko hapo, unasikia Jesse? Are you there?
Nakusikia. Oh my God.
10 plus R
You
trade
can
is
you
is
can say
is,
that
is
again.
10 plus R trade. It is actually trading above the close on Tuesday, and I expect price to this setup to go to fruition. At least some bragging rights is it okay, so that I can focus on other things. But today's something very. I really expect price to go close this. Close this. I just take this. What do I call it? I just take profit on this, and we go on. So this is doing very good. I'm not even worried about it. But hey, Hapa, we have a very interesting stock here, and this I think my first mid cap I'm playing here in front of you guys. I'm playing my first mid cap in front of you guys. I've been playing mid caps before, but I don't really like mid caps. Why? Because one, they're very slow, and when you see a mid cap with a pre-market uh, playing way below the close of the previous day, or the our previous day, definitely it's Tuesday. When you see this, you can get worried kidogo, but it's not a huge one because it's only 0.09 move, and I hope some the market open will be a catalyst, because what we expect, what happens during the open, buyers come in strong, and we see a lot of volume, and I hope a lot of volume will back a very bullish market and a bullish market sentiment. Okay, moving forward, that is worrying me, but good thing what has happened. What happened? I think let me check actually. I don't know if I moved my stops to break even on BSC. Let me just confirm. BSC stop loss still down there. Haha. That is my one obligation. Nikiingia pale, when as soon as the market open, what I'll do, I'll just break even my position so that I can reduce any stop any, what do I call it? I can reduce any whipsaw, or I can reduce any bleeding. I reduce exposure to zero. So that is what I will do. And going forward, moving forward, I think I'll go to Meta. I'm sorry, I'm going to Amazon. Amazon pre-market earlier, I think a couple of hours ago, it was doing really good. So after the Nasdaq reversed, we saw we have just seen price coming from these highs of 183s. It was around, I think last I checked, it was around 0.36% up, and now I think it's down, but around the close of Tuesday. So I'm still expecting price to go up, and same case to the other Mag 7 stocks, where Meta is doing pretty nice, and you can see a channel. Under the channel is backed by pre-market price, which is trading way higher. I think above 500 now. We closed at 499.71, and now price is at 503. Pre-market. It's pretty telling. And what we're waiting for, and what I'm anticipating price to break the higher the counter trend line, and I think we can add a position, refer to a continuation. And yeah, actually I'm actually very ready to play these continuations. Sai sijifungi. I'm not waiting for Jesse to come and try and ask me, are you trading a breakout? And made me lose, I think, a couple of dollars on Apple. I'm not sijishuku tena. Tunaweka watu nje ya portfolio zetu, and we just do whatever we do. Anyway, we continue. This is Apple, and Apple. I think we mentioned something about Apple, and what is happening on Apple. We can see a continuation a continuational pattern, and that's a good triangle. And I think since the price action, as what price action is doing right now, we can see price, the pre-market price trading below the below what below the close on Tuesday, and I think it will just print another D and then go back up. Another D, it's this point D. So msinichukulie vibaya. It's D. It's my point D. So we go on, we move on to Google. And what is happening at Google? Google is pre-market is above Tuesday's close, and what we can see on the hourly, we can see a very beautiful what we call, is this ascending? Yes, it's an ascending triangle. So a right angle triangle, if you remember, hizi vitu tulisoma mkiwa primary. So a right angle triangle, we have a counter trend line. We expect the counter trend line to break and push price back up. So what we will just do, since we had pending positions, I think we'll trash this. And since we know our breakout might be lower than this point, so we will just estimate tena, but what we can do, can wait for market open to see where price wants to go. But we will do this, and I will do this with you here. So what we have 9 minutes before the open, and before the open, I think I'll just talk about Coinbase. Why I'm talking about Coinbase, because I saw Bitcoin do something. I think I saw Bitcoin is up for the day, and somebody's I think it's Theo said hii maandamano imekuja and everything is pausing and moving back up because Bitcoin was in a was bad. It has been a bad couple of weeks. I think 2 weeks. No, I think a week now. A week now it has not been performing well, and now I don't know the connection with maandamano, but we can see price Bitcoin is green for the day, 0.75. That's something, and it has even given back gains. So and
Yeah, I was
we can
just
just call it a
when it was
breather.
even higher today.
It was even higher during the day. So what you can see, you can just see price trying to test another zone here. And I want to call it an imbalance, and then I hope you can see a pivot going up. Why? Because we want to play Coinbase. Why? Even the attacker. So I'm rooting for Bitcoin to go back up. So that's what I'm expecting. And I think what will I talk about next? I want to talk about silver. I know I don't have any right to talk about silver because the silver king is here, but who are we not to mention our zones? Here, this is what I see on silver, and I think I mentioned this last time. The same as gold, we can see that channel, and what we're looking at right now, it's price moving up and wants to test this zone, and yeah, I think I mentioned this yesterday too. I wanted to see price go test this zone, and there's a higher chance we might see a breakout of this zone. The same way we have just talked about. We've talked about gold again, and we expect that zone to break. And if all goes well, I think price action is doing its job this time around, and I'm really tempted to go back to my commodity trading days because it is really respecting my position, my zones, and I'm tempted, but we will not hatutishu hatutasonga hapo. I'm not
How I
playing
wish. How I wish.
no, no. I'm not playing commodities. I don't feel like, but it was a really good time trading both gold and silver back then. And I think back to you, Jesse. Tell us what you see. I think you can take over for like 7 minutes before the market open, and I think you can. Are you expecting any positions before the market open? At the market open, because I want to enter some trades at the market open. Will you give me like
Ah,
10 or 5 minutes before the market opens?
I, no problem. I'll be here. I can execute my trades as I tag along. No problem with that.
Okay.
So at market open, I think I'm also waiting for market open to see where US guys wants to take gold after unemployment came in with a wipeout of both buy side and sell side. It was no direction taken, just one direction, pull the other direction, then pull up again. So I'm waiting for that break again of the daily highs. If we get that, then I might be interested in adding on to the gold position. Right now, if anything goes, we are holding quite a strong support in and around 23, 33 or so. So that support, I expect that support to hold even after is it New York Open COMEX is already in, if I'm not wrong. So yeah, if we're going to see anything out of the ordinary or a position I can be executing on, I'll be updating everyone on stream. Yesterday was quite a slow day, not trades taken. Today, my holding position came out quite strong on both silver and gold, and I'm expecting even higher prices. For intraday trades, nothing at the moment. I'm not going to take any trades on intraday at the moment, but that might change in due course. So right now, again, price action is just quite choppy. Nothing quite significant happening. It's just choppiness all around us. Getting some huge spikes in the market again. I think we talked about this before now. From now till we get a clear indication of either rate cuts or the opposite of that, or even a pause, I'm expecting emotions to be raging quite high in the markets. Like I said, with every data release, we're going to be seeing these random spikes from just anywhere in any kind of direction. The emotions are quite high on the markets right now. After BOE came out, you saw the emotions come out. Even on gold loves such kind of a thing where rates in Europe are held, and therefore, to me, again, that was a dovish action on the part of the Bank of the BOE, the Bank of Europe. So I'm expecting that we continue with the same feelings in the market, the same emotions as witnessed today. Again, we came up there and then rejected quite heavily, taking us back to a retest of that breakout level. Something I love to see. Sadly enough, I was not on the desk at that point when we had that retest, given that I was busy doing something else. So sadly, I did not catch a trade heading back upwards because I love the breakout and retest. This is what I love in the markets. See this? Let me just point it out to everyone. I love that break. We had a convincing break, and then we came back down to retest that breakout level. This is something I love. I love taking that retest level as my entry. So, but take note, I don't go full position or my full risk position at retest. I like to take a small position on retest, and then they might come in when we break highs that have been formed after the break and retest. So that means that I'll be taking the chunk of my position should be coming in at the break of 23.45. That is where I like to take the chunk of my breakout trade. So for now, just holding on to the position I had earlier on. I remember that I've been bullish all through since we came back to that 22.80, 22.90 level, and therefore right now all this choppiness is not something I love seeing on the markets. I love when there are decisions made, or there's a clear line of price action. But right now it's just all choppy around this level here. It's a midway between our breakout and our high of the day. So again, my position, I already have an order made out at I think 23.45 or so. That if you break that daily high, I'll be in, and my order will be filled, and I'll be around. I'll be bullish to take this gold to even higher prices. So that is it for commodities. I'm just waiting for that. My trading is quite boring. Yeah, trading is quite boring, but I like to keep it as simple as I can so that I maintain consistency and I don't take any impulses on the way. Yeah. So again, if we do come back and retest 23.33, that again will be not a clear sense of direction for me, since for intraday that is, but on the higher time frame or on the higher outlook of things, I think that might be a very good position to go higher. So right now, I think we are reacting to the hourly level. Let me just point this out. And I say today is a very good day for any gold trader out there, because, yeah, it's a very good chance for us for anyone out there looking to go bullish on gold. Right now, we are playing around with that hourly level, and if at all you're breaking that level, then it's clear skies. Remember, if anyone has been watching this, I love this kind of price action where it's very clean on the left hand side. So again, this is a very momentous point in the price action where I'll be looking to take
There goes
my
the
gold
bell.
longs. Yeah, bell is up. Yeah, let's see what happens. Gold again, very good position, and I think I'll be going to MT5 to see whether I can sneak in a trade, taking gold even higher than this. But again, I already have an order here, so I guess I just wait to see if that happens. I might be contemplating taking adding on to my position that I took uh, on the one I would have taken, that is on the retest level. Maybe I can take it here, but
Okay, I think Jesse has just dropped, and I think he'll just help me. I think enter my positions because hey, that was what I wanted to do exactly at the bell. So today I'm starting with Adobe, and I'll just share my screen. I'm replacing the screen with my MT4 screen. I think there goes my screen, and you just help me out. No worries. And I want to start with Adobe, and until before Jesse does anything. So what I want you guys to look at is what I'm looking at right now, and what we can see right now. Jesse is back, and before Jesse comes in, or Jesse, Jesse,
yeah,
Jesse. Okay, this is down again. So you'll help me out here, and I want to enter this Adobe trade. Jesse, are you back?
I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Yeah, I'm here. I was
Okay,
uh,
because you just dropped
before
off.
before the,
Because you,
okay,
come
okay.
again. Before you just dropped on, I think I
Before
just.
the month ends, I think I'll be a certified IT expert because keep messing up everything when it comes to matters setting this up. So you continue with your MT5. I think I can yeah, just
I
watch
think
what is happening on the market.
I'll just enter this Adobe trade because I've already started, and then I'm going back
Okay.
to check on my other positions. So
Oh, good.
this is what I do. You see, this a good triangle. This a good cup and handle. But I just want to take that breakout. So I'll just estimate the height of that the height of the opportunity, and to look at the height of the opportunity, I think I'll just take this zone down here, 510. I don't think you can see. Let me expand this so that everybody can see. I hope you can see now. And this is 510, 510 watts, 51040. So 51040, 51040. That's the low, and we go to the trough high. I think I'll be quick kidogo because I know market is playing games right now, and it is moving down and down. And we can see 530 on top, 530.51. 51, I can see market is very volatile on this side. So uh, 530, 530.51 minus 510.40, and we expect $20.11 from that. And I want to see my breakout where I want to see my breakout here. So my breakout point is at 529.29. I'm writing it down because that's what I really do. So what I'll just come here and add for 20.11. I add 529.29, and I think I'll see price go to the 549.4. That's my TP. So I have my entry at 529, and I have my TP at 549.4. So I'll just come key in my order, and what will happen here? I am sure you're not seeing my order, my order, my order screen, because I cannot share it. Sasa, it is not possible to share it. So I'm taking a buy stop, and no, not my order. I have to position size. I don't know how. I have to position size and show you guys what I'm expecting. I'm in a hurry. Stop it, Walter. What is happening? Higher. Five
Wait.
529.29, 529.29. That's my entry, and my take profit is at 549, 549, 549.4. So there goes my my position. I just want to take a zero point 0.5 because I'm not greedy. Just like I like doing these
Increase lot
things.
size. Increase lot size.
Well, propaganda. That is the greed which was talked about in the Bible, and
Famous last.
but with key.
Famous last
We
word.
don't exactly. So as you can see this changing. I hope you can see here risk reward, and I just want to take a risk reward. Certainly, preferably below. You can see below this zone. I just want to take to put my stop loss here, and I think it's just a 1:2, not bad. So I'm just expecting 1% from this. So 1:1 is to 2.7. So I'll just go back quickly because the price is trying to move back up, and I think my position size for this is zero point 0.5, and you can see it here. Let me highlight it. You can see here. So it's 0.05. 0.05. My entry, it's a buy stop and not a buy limit because it's already set at buy limit, and we take our position entry at 529.29, and my stop loss at 520.03, and my take profit at 549.4. So I think I can just place that good, and the price is already going towards my entry. So naona changamka. So there it is. You can see it, and back to you, Jesse. Show people what you seeing as I adjust my other positions.
Yeah, market is open and gold is pushing up. We are coming back for that daily high, which is all sorts of candy to my ears. Nasdaq is pulling down. Yeah, we are right at a breakout point on the hourly. This, I think the bears are well in Nasdaq today. Don't know what is happening. Maybe they want to pull this thing down. There, we are at a breakout level, just playing around with it around 20 minutes to the end of the first hour towards the end of the hourly candle. And Tesla, I was on MT5, and Tesla is tanking. Oh,
It
one.
is bad.
Yeah, just
Yeah, let me.
breaking that 182. Remember that I think it was yesterday I said that no, the other day 182 was a pretty significant level. I think Walter, you also pointed out that it was around POC, so we are still playing around with
Yeah.
POC. That is the yearly POC, year to date. That is, so we are currently breaking down below that POC, that yearly POC, and my support level that I was expecting to hold. So to me, it looks like the bears are coming for Elon Musk's protege company. Maybe they're not
Not
loving
really.
electric cars. Yeah,
No,
guys
no, no,
want
no.
diesel.
It's just a normal consolidation. Don't be lied. Don't don't lie. We are live. Have some self-respect. Yeah. Jiheshimu.
Keenly, we are still above our breakout level. We are still above that breakout level on the channel that I dominated Tesla for the longest time. But yeah, we are still playing around with this 189 to 177 level. I don't know who will give up first, whether the bulls or the bears give this level up first. But for now, looks like the bears are playing their card, and yeah, I think they're just following up on what the Nasdaq is doing, which is funny enough, pulling back up, trying to reject that breakout level. Maybe we see if
Excuse,
at all the
Jason,
yeah.
could you say that again? The pulling back up, and you continue. I'm sorry.
Okay, okay. I know you're loving this. So the Nasdaq is pulling up again. It's pulling up again from the breakout level. It looks like the bulls don't want to give up their gains for today. They want to push this market up. Nvidia also pushing. Oh my God, that 140 has come and it's still
Green.
pushing. Do we see higher prices than 140 today? Do we
We
see
can
higher
see higher
prices than
prices.
140? As Nvidia wants to take
Most
us to
definitely.
150. Oh,
Water is
this
wet.
stock will be the story of the day, the story of the year, the story of the decade. NVIDIA is pulling everyone up, pulling the market up. Looks like the only thing that we have left that is not feeling the green today is Tesla, which is down 1.5% on the day.
It's pulling
Other
back up.
stocks, yeah, I know it's pulling back up. I think same as the market with this Nvidia. Like, everyone is on Nvidia's back. Nvidia might get tired along the way, but everyone is hopped on Nvidia's back, just looking to take everything green. And Nvidia is pushing and pushing right now. Just broke 140, looking at 140.22, which is quite interesting for my portfolio. I just closed some because I had targets at 140. Just closed some, waiting to see what the future holds for this marvelous uh, tech name. What are you doing today? Do you have them on your bladder? Because I don't have.
Well,
I think I have one. I have one. Yeah, I have a Micron. Micron is not doing so okay today on open, but it's pulling up again. This is the first 30 minutes of trading, so we can expect some kind of rocking the boat, trying to solve each other, trying to see who's stronger than the other. But yeah, the first 30 minutes are usually a fight. It's a bare knuckle fight at market open. So I think we'll wait for everything to settle down, wait for the first 30 minutes to be over, which should be happening in around 18 minutes or so, if I'm not wrong. For that 30 minutes, the 30-minute fight to end before we can make any informed or any settled decision. But right now, the highlight of the day, highlight of the year, highlight of the decade, Nvidia breaking 140, pushing on towards 141. And I think we might see 141 today. Given all this bullishness in Nvidia today, and the gap up, I think 141 is a likely, or look at that. It's just, I'm mentioning 141 and Nvidia is listening to me. It's magnetic. It's just pulling it towards 141. So you might be seeing 141 today. In other news, the dollar is playing around. The dollar is just playing around. We mentioned this level, and I think I extended my line. Let me just zoom out to show everyone what I was looking at. So maybe at level five, five level and one of 5.1, and yeah, it's just reacting to that level. Yesterday, was it yesterday? Yeah, came up to that level, uh, pulled back. Right now, we just came back to that level, while again pulling back down. So I think this is the level is the make or break. Again, we remember that we have this important level at 105.245 again, which is quite significant for the dollar. If it wants to push up, then it must really get rid of that area. But for now, we're just holding back down. Nothing much in terms of price action on the day, except that we are still holding that resistance level, and it will be interesting if we can blow it off. If we can blow that top, then the dollar might be inching for higher prices. But at the moment, just holding back, not giving anything in terms of bullish dollar. But yeah, gold again. This metal, man, we are back there. We are up there. We are going up. The bulls are not
you're going up.
stopping. They say that, yeah, today is their day. Today is their day. With that,
Temptation.
for
Temptation.
my friend, I told you, commodities
No, no,
are
no, no. I'm not.
in order. after,
I know.
especially after
Next time.
Europe did their thing.
But then
Uh,
speaking of Europe, I think I have
just
to
follow
show you
up.
guys something on UK 100. So
Okay.
not right now. You continue. You continue. I'll show them later. So let me just dive.
Oh, I was looking at.
I want to add on my intro, my positions on Tesla. I think I have to add something on there. So yeah, endelea. Continue. Jesse, are you there? So Jesse has dropped, and I think you want to see all my positions were being entered. And who am I to say no? I'm okay with that. I'll just show you what I'm looking at right now, and what I've just done. I think I've just let me go to here. I want to go to Tesla. I'm at Tesla, and I want to do something. And Jesse, I think you're back, but very tactically, you want to see all my positions being entered, and it's okay. I can't complain. Good thing the market is pulling back up, and I want to announce something. My Nvidia trade is already filled. I know. My Adobe trade is already filled, and we are up, graciously up. So increase that lot. No, I won't do that. Zach, wewe nakuona. I can see you. Anyway, let me go back to. I want to go back to Tesla because I want to add on to that position, but after breakout. So where do we estimate breakout? I estimate breakout around here. That's a good break. Let's say it breaks out tomorrow, tuseme around there. I think if we that's a good place to estimate our position. So what I'll do, I'll just let me call that 187.77. So I'm writing it down again. So it's very crucial to have something somewhere to write on your positions, banner. Don't just take trades that is just for the sake that
Journal,
you
bwana.
don't.
Journal, bwana.
See, that's what I'm. If you just don't take for the sake that you're entering positions. Me entering a position, uh, it's a harambe. I call everybody. I call everybody. I know. I ask, and everybody. It's my I company, and my I company includes me, myself, and I. So najitaga kamkutano, and you have just said 187 is the entry, and we are going to 200 because we already have a Tesla. Our Tesla positions are running to 200. I know I moved up the others, but right now I just want this to go to 200, and 200 is the TP, and we have our entry. Now we find our stop loss manually, and I pull up my positions calculator. I know this one you can see. The only one you can't see, I think it's the only one you can't see. It's the when I'm keying my position, because that's a whole different other
Guess what?
window.
Guess what?
But if you want a
Gold
stock,
broke. Gold broke. Gold broke up. Gold broke up. So I
the
think my
counter
order
trend.
should be getting filled. Oh my god, the daily high. It's
I thought you
moving.
were in gold.
It's a rocket ship today. I was already in
I thought
gold,
you were
but
in gold.
I had an order today at a break of daily high, which has just happened. So I think my order should be in. I had an extra order. Yeah.
Eh, good for you.
Yeah. In fact, that has just
So
happened. I have just been on that. So yeah, looking to take this metal higher and higher. Who's with me? Write me in the comments. Write in the reply to our Twitter stream. Go to YouTube. Get us on the comments. How you
today,
doing
today
on
you
your
guys
comment?
just say hi. Just say hi. Hata msalimianeni bwana. Pesa uisha. Just say hi. Yeah. Anyway,
Let's do this, Walter.
I'll take a two.
Whoever
Oh,
whoever replies to
wait. Whoever replies,
whoever
let's hear.
whoever replies today, we are going to give them a T-shirt. They need to tell us what they want written on their
I think
T-shirts,
we.
so that we're going to send
Oh
to
yeah,
those
sure.
guys,
We send them
right?
to good. Yes, indeed. Somebody to at least engage us. I know Zach is here, and I know Zach will say something, but I want somebody
Zach
else.
already has
Zach
a
has
T-shirt,
already.
but
Zach
you can get another one.
Zach has a t-shirt.
You can get another.
Yeah, so we just want anybody else. So I think for this trade, I'll take a 2.5, 2.54 to 54. It's Occupy Thursday. So I'll just take an order. And as you can see, my position size is zero point 0.1. So I'll just take a buy stop, zero point 0.1. 0.1 is my zero point 0.1. And my buy is a limit, is a stop, and my entry point is at 187.77, and my stop loss is at 182.96, and we go up to 200. Hiyo ni quick math. Inside,
Quick
inside.
what? Quick what?
So
Quick
that's my
what?
entry. That's a quick buy. Well, have I said anything else about that? Anyway, I want to give this back to
No,
you because
nothing.
I think you just want to see my positions. You just want to see me king in my positions. So back to you, Jesse. Uh, please, the screen is on your end. So changamka.
Something quite interesting. I just looked at my MT5, and guess what? Everything is green except one thing: Tesla. Elon Musk, if you listen to this, what is happening to your company? Please reach me out.
Mm.
You have my number. Send me a message. Tell me what is going on with your company, because it is the only red name on my portfolio. I don't get
He has
why,
your
why,
number.
why, why, why. Is it is it because your logo is red? You are the only red name on my portfolio. Please tell me. Explain in 20 in 140 characters.
Um,
In 140
you,
characters,
you,
because I don't have your blue badge.
hey,
Tell
take
me
care,
what.
take care. Amka
Anyway,
usikojoe, amka usikojoe, man. You need to wake up.
I know. So yeah, gold is there breaking a daily high, the high of day today, 4 hour pushing up, quite strongly again, following our retest. I love that break and retest. So that happened for me, and I'm quite grateful that, yeah, although I missed out on the retest entry, but yeah, we are now at the breakout level, and I have an entry already. I made an order, which has been filled, and now I'm just looking for this thing to go up. Well, I'm expecting we might have in the next 4 hour, which is coming on in the next 7 minutes, I'm expecting a pullback, but nothing out of the ordinary, because that is expected. The price action does not move up in a straight line. It goes up, down, zigzag, backward. Whatever pattern is feel like they're taking on the day, it does that, because price is king. We don't argue with price. Price keeps doing its thing. So at the moment, gold doing that dance with the daily high, just breaking above it, sustaining and holding that break, and hopefully on the lower time frames we can have a convincing break without much of a retest. Although a retest is much in the works, it should be expecting it, but it's pushing and pushing and pushing, making higher highs on the day, following that breakout and hold of the hourly range that is at 2338 levels marked out. You can see how those levels have a new level. That is the high of day right here, and I just want to mark it out so that I can keep tracking that trade intraday. Oh, having issues with internet. Can you hear me, Walter? If you can, please say
Yeah,
hi.
I can. I'm here. I want to show guys whatever I'm seeing on this other end, and Softy
Okay.
and things. Should I go on? Were you done?
Continue. I'm enjoying the gold
Okay.
run.
It's okay. I want to show you something. What I had mentioned on gold before. Just a continuation from what Jess is looking at, and whoa, before that, I need to change my chart. My As I replace the screen, we need to go back to on this other side. You can see my chart now. I think my chart is clearer, and we maximize this, and I want you guys to see. Good. Okay, we're moving forward. I think the devastating thing happening right now, it's not even Tesla, it's Microsoft. Microsoft is pretty down after the open, and That's a strong candle down. But are we complaining? No, because I think we are still in profits, and we had already broken even for this. So I'm just waiting for halfway through. I just take some partials. I'm not even doing anything. I'm just expecting. Like I told you guys on the Nasdaq, I'm expecting price to go sideways, but not a reversal. So a reversal will be confirmed if you break this low, and hatujafika hapo bado, because I can see the, the the stock market is healthy apart from Tesla, Lam, and Microsoft. So I want to go first on gold. I want to speak something on gold. I want to mention something on gold, and I think I was telling Jesse, if you're crazy enough, not even crazy, but if you want to take advantage, and I think I mentioned this before the open, and if you want to take advantage of this trade, there was a very beautiful triangle here, and there goes our point C. We have our counter trend line there, and here we have a breakout here. So we expect price to move much higher. And what you can see right now, price is breaking the falling channel we outlined earlier. So if you wanted just to play this intraday, because it's on the 15 minutes time frame, you could have just entered a position here, and possibly aim for what? Possibly aim just for 2354's area. So that is what we're looking at for gold, and gold has just played towards to that tune. So the only problem, and I want to insist on this. I want to make this known. Why I don't trade? Let me remove this and replace with a counter trend line. This is what I mean by volatility, which is affected, which comes into play when trading commodities. So you can see we had our point C here, tested here, and then price tried to break out. So what happens if you had a position, let's say here, if you're trading classicals? I'm telling you, I'm just trying to show you why I don't use classicals on anything apart from on other instruments apart from stocks and indices. So if I had a position here, by spreads means ningekuwa nishaingia that trade, and my position could be red, and then go to take me out, and then look at what happened just an hour later. Price comes back, breaks out, creates another position, and goes on. So if I was to take 1:2 position, 1:2 RR positions, ningekuwa nimeshaingia, yes, fine. And then after that position goes, ningekuwa 0.5 down, and then I have another position looking to make only another 1%, because I could have taken a 1:2 again. In short, at the end of the day, if this setup goes to fruition, I could be up 0.5. Is it enough? Yes. Is it what you wanted? No. So the risk roadmap is there, and the RR is there. So unaangalia nini? You are playing towards the risk roadmap and not only the RR. And I think we will talk more about that when we come to at least talk about something about trading psychology. Right now, we just want to show you we know what we do, we know what we are doing, and we know how we do. So this is a continuation I was talking about, and this continuation means it will break this channel, this falling channel on the 4 hour, and for this falling channel, we expect this triangle which we had pointed out, I think yesterday and the day before. We expect price to test the 2364 area. So after this breakout, and I want to show you just something we do, and what we do on the other patterns, we still do the same on these ones. So I'll just estimate if we successfully break that, what we are doing right now, price is breaking that falling channel. And if we break that successfully, we might be seeing price rally where? Towards the top of the channel. And towards the top of the channel is 2400 area. 2440s area. So this is huge. This is a message to tell Jesse, if you enter this position, you better swing this position because kuna mambo huko mbele. It's something to hold, and if I were you, I could be holding, but I'm not playing this. If you want to take my advice, take it. If you don't want, fine with me. So moving on, away from that, away from others, the rest, the way I call them, the rest, we go back to our bread and butter and see what is happening. And what is happening, I think BSC is trying to go down. And surprisingly, I was complaining at the open that the price was opening down, and substantially we just zapped up that gap down, and then we're moving up and up and up, and it's really doing well in my portfolio. And apart from that, I want to mention something about Amazon. If you can remember my I told you guys on when was this? On Monday. On Monday towards the close, because Monday was a very bullish day and it was very aggressive because we had enough and substantial volume. I had something called a big quota, and a big quota is an early entry, which is very risky. But I did make an early entry, and on Tuesday we were lamenting because price was moving down, and was looking to break my to stop me out of that position. But what we can see right now, we can see price moving back up above our position, not our position, my position, because it's not yours if you didn't take my trade. So uh, price is back up, and it's looking bullish. And if you can remember, I want to show you the pattern we expect from this. We expect a good cup and handle with a very good counter trend line, where if you see price break here, who knows? I might take another entry and possibly shoot price up, where we expect price to go to the 200s area, what we pointed out last week, lastly when you were talking about Amazon. So this is the estimate of Amazon price racing from the pitch low to the pitch high, and we expect price to move there venye si hufanya kila siku. So narudia tu tena, and this is free, this is pro bono. I'm here. We want to see you guys do. We want to interact with you guys on a skill-based level. And before I go on, Jesse, are you here?
You can say that again on
Jesse,
a skill-based level.
is
I'm
Jesse here?
loving that. Yeah,
On a
yeah, yeah.
skill-based level.
When you,
And before we continue, can we talk about the traders competition before we go on?
oh
And
yes, 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 yes.
so, you guys, we have a traders competition. It is going on. We have exactly 7 days left to the end of this month competition, because next month we will have another one. The month after the other one, we will have another one. What are we trying to achieve here? A skill-based interaction with you guys. So tunataka tutoe hawa si wa wash, hawa si wanatumia the forex banner for anything else, like, you know, kuna time hata there's a kaibu kidogo when you tell somebody I'm a forex trader. Why? Because what it has been associated with, and we want to change that narrative, and we want to change that because we are bringing skill on the table. So that mentor of yours ule unashuku kama anakupea the right thing, mwambie come, let's do this competition as come prove yourself here. And when we prove these guys are doing well, if you're a beginner or you're just a good you just have money and you don't want to trade, we'll introduce you to the guys who are doing well. And there is HF Corp here, courtesy of HFM Markets. And the copy trader will be there on. If you want to take advantage of that, good for you. And what will you achieve from the copy trader? The copy trader will be the guys who have proved themselves skill wise. Wale tunakuja hapa, we take the top three because they have done well. We can see their consistency a couple of months down the line, and you see that guy name XXX has been doing very well. Last month we saw him on the leaderboard. This month it seems he has something working, and he can offer the services of. Can offer a service of copy trading, where you can take advantage of that if you want. But better yet, what is more important than skill? We are here, interact on a skill level, go there, flex your muscles. Ah, tuone what you can do on your end. And then if you're knowledgeable more than us, bring you on the show, give tips pro bono. You don't charge here. If you want to charge after you've given your little skills here, it's okay. And before I go on, tomorrow we are having our guest and one of the top threes from May's competition. So buckle up. Who knows who will be there? And I know Jesse didn't know the last part of that information, and I want Jesse to continue and talk about the leaderboard and talk about that slam we have just seen on the leaderboard. Jesse.
Oh my God! I think there was some guy with 5,000%, which I
Yeah.
commented here and said that if I ever make 5,000 on my account, I am retiring for the rest of the year. But
Leaderboard is
yeah,
huge.
there's something called risk management, and you don't just get to 5,000 and tank and completely blow that account. But it happens. It's not a rarity. That thing happens in the market. You will get, and the markets will wash you away if at all you are not a good money manager. Props to him for getting to 5,000%. Yeah, that's another kind of extraordinary kind of trading. I'm not so sure what he did. Maybe we should reach out to him. If at all, was it Andati? If Andati, you are here, kindly reach out. We can have a conversation. We can see on what to improve on, because risk management for me is part and parcel of why traders exist and why consistent traders exist. So again, it's a game of money management. You should be a good money manager. Look out for your equity. Look out for your capital and all that. And like I said, the trading competition is up for everyone. You might have seen that the first guy was at 5,000%, and maybe it was your first day getting onto the competition, and maybe you kind of lost some hope that you'll be bagging that five. Have you told them that it's $500 if you are number one? So maybe you have
Yeah,
you could have seen that maybe I'm not the guy to get that 500,000 $500, and guess what? The guy is not number one anymore, and maybe you blew your chance of getting bagging that $500. So the competition is open for anyone. You don't have to be the guy who gets in 10,000% in a day. Be consistent in your trading. Take your 1%, take your 2%, take your 50%, take your 30%, and you never know what happens on the leaderboard. And by the way, as we're talking right now, I think the first guy is at 1,000+%, if I'm not wrong, and that should not
1,900.
worry. Yeah, that should
Samuel,
not.
actually, let me just say something about Samuel. Samuel is proving to be consistent. I'm not saying he's consistent because to be consistent, you need to prove. Samuel appeared last competition, the maize competition. He appeared on the leaderboard substantial number of days, and he's back now, and he wants to take the throne. So you guys be very afraid. Samuel is here. So. Yeah, continue. And I think we have a first comment. Robert Muraya from X saying, loving your analysis, keep it up. That's another boost. Hii wiki hatushikiki. I think we have a t-shirt winner. I think
Robert, you
we
are
just have
gassing this guy up, but yeah, Robert, tell us, what do you want your t-shirt to be written? Do you want increase lot size? Because I will want that t-shirt. Increase lot size, increase lot size. So Robert, tell us,
hizi ni jabs.
tell us.
Jamani. Eh.
So, Robert, if you'll be kind enough, tell us what. I think the t-shirt is yours. We have given you the t-shirt. It is yours, and maybe something on top. We'll never know. We'll come up with what we'll add on top on our own accord. So, t-shirt is yours, Robert. Tell us what you want written on the t-shirt, and we'll be sure to give it to you as soon as we have that printed out.
We'll just
So,
reach out
Robert,
to you.
kindly just tell us. Yes. Make it something interesting. Tell us that you want increase lot size on your t-shirt, or maybe listen to this, or maybe tell us you want resist as the message on your or reject as the message on your t-shirt, and we surely keep. Reject seems like a good t-shirt. in terms of
Sawa sawa.
reject that resistance zone. You get it? Reject that resistance zone.
Uh-huh.
Support,
Okay,
support
I have seen
the
what you've done
reject,
there. Support the reject and resistance S and R and very nice.
support
Aye.
the
Hey,
support and
I,
resistance.
I,
Reject
support and
should be
resistance.
inside
So
there. We'll
yes,
work out on it.
there are guys who are supporting and some other guys who are resisting. Haha. Who will win? The resistance or the support?
I know.
Anyway, we will see. No increase. He's
He does
saying
not
no,
want
no increase lot size is the weakness.
does
It
not
messed me up before. Okay,
does,
okay.
same
Robert,
here, same here,
don't
same here, Robert. Famous last
wait.
words. Famous.
Wait, okay. This is how Jesse is doing this, and I think Jesse is attacking me with the increased lot size. So don't worry about that, Robert. But we'll definitely reach out, and uh, if we continue to other markets, because I see, I will go with. He says I will go with support and resistance. We have it. We have it. And before we get towards side shows, I think we just go on with our analysis and talk about what the market is doing on this other side. So let me go back to my charts. I'll go back to my charts, and I think I'll just turn this off, and then what I'll do, I think Amazon is coming back in, but doing better than we were doing, I think, last on Tuesday. So we can't complain. What we can just hope for, we can hope for price to push back up. So we can see Nasdaq pulling down and down and down, and it is really
Nasdaq
threatening to
is
go and break that. Nasdaq is charging down seriously. So
it's, it's bleeding.
when Nasdaq is charging, is serious bleeding right now. But what we expect, I think we expect price to support that and then push back price back up. So we don't know, but that's our hope, and our hope because we are hoping on that. The best thing to see, and what I suspected, it's this is happening because of Nvidia. So I blame Nvidia for what is happening. But what is happening is Nvidia price action is testing the gap up which was created at the open. So what I expect a pivot instead of zipping up that gap. And if we see a pivot, we expect price to go back up. And not only that, uh, I expect I expect price to push much higher and possibly isaidia hata Nasdaq jaman. Hey! We are now down there and
Let me tell you what
eh,
is let me tell you what is
what is
happening
that?
on Nvidia. Just a
Uh-huh.
moment ago, and this is how you know that this stream is big. We are worldwide.
Uh-huh.
This is how you know everyone in the world is listening to us. I told you that
Uh-huh.
140 was my target, and because 140 was my target, I am
Oh,
going
oh,
to
oh.
take my profits, some of my profits at that level. And guess what happened? Everyone in the world listened to me, and guess what they did? They took their profits, and guess what is happening right now?
This guy needs
Nvidia is
this needs to be stopped because this is not normal. This is not normal. This is bragging on another level. So anyway, let me just continue. Ignore Jesse. Uh, kelele za chura hazizui ng'ombe kunywa maji. So I want us to go to other charts, what we have not looked at today, and we can see SMICI supercomputers doing very good, going higher and higher and higher. And if you are 5 points and we are seeing this pullback, kwani ilikuwa imefika ngapi? Jesse, can you see this?
yes.
We are
Okay.
six. It's almost 6.6% up today, right? And we are seeing this
Well,
rejection
was it at 8?
because we are just seeing this now. So it might have been at 8 or 9% up. So it's not something shocking because if you can remember last time, we were expecting price after breakout. We expected price to go to test the 22s, the 1200s area, and this is not surprising, but we can see the same pullback across the other semiconductor names and the chip names. So what we just hope for, we just hope for the same. On the intraday, we just hope for price to get some support, to find some support, and possibly go back up. So before going on, I think I should just check on my Adobe trade, which I hope is still doing well. Whoa, we've just gone back down, and this is devastating. Not that devastating because it was calculated. Everything was calculated, including the position size. So the risk is managed well. The adva- the let me just go to this side. Kidogo, I look at it on another. Let me go to the 5 minutes, and price is still doing well. No worries, and. Just trading just below the open, the breakout point. So nothing to worry about. We're still here. We will still monitor this. It will go back up when the market starts recovering, because the market is doing really bad right now. And I want to go to Lam, and Lam is trying to take my fee. Lam, I wish I could have taken profits. Yeah. So Lam, what is Lam doing? Lam is approaching my Lam is almost approaching where is almost approaching my position where I was my out on Lam, because I had pulled it up on Lam. It is at 1064. So if I can go back to this side, I'm sorry. Go back to this side. 1064 is almost, we are almost there. So this around the area, actually I took this as the area where I am going out in case anything happens. So no partials taken. So that's very amateur for me. So no partials taken, but this is hopium. Actually, it's hopium that market will just go back up. So if I get taken out, I think itakuwa tu nitakuwa nimefanya vizuri, like it will be like 150. 150 is not bad, so still doing good. No worries. Just expecting a consolidation right now, because we've just seen Nasdaq playing around with a very important area. So if we don't see another continuation down, I expect price to move back up. So what are we looking at next? What can we see next? And TCM is doing bad for the day, and I can look at Palantir. Palantir is doing good, and it is moving up. But for the day, it has just gone down. So it seems the market generally opened up, but it is now it is now giving back gains, and gains of today and yesterday. So it is that yesterday, meaning on Tuesday, because yesterday we didn't have a market. The market was closed. So this is what is happening right now, and hopefully something will happen. We will improve on this, and we expect price to be testing 28 area, because we saw a good breakout early in the week on Monday, and being the fourth day of the week, we can see three white soldiers candles, because and the three white soldiers, and as you know, as you if you know your candlesticks well, three white soldiers mean something, and it means price is very very bullish. So I'm still expecting price to go up and up and up. I've not yet flipped from the bearish my mini stand, and I think I'll be taken out on. I'll be taking my profits on Lam. It's very close to there, but no worries. Very good trade. I enjoyed the motion. I enjoyed everything, and Tesla is still doing its thing, still ranging, trying to find a pivot, and Amazon is going back down, giving back gains, but still very positive for the day. And what can I talk about next? Qualcomm is doing bad. like after Tuesday, Qualcomm, I don't know what happened because it opened up and returned gains, some gains. We can see the chip names doing very bad today. I don't know why. It's not about Jesse or anything because of the 140, but we can see gains being returned, but we are approaching an SR zone, an SR meaning this is the zone here. We're talking about this zone. And what we are seeing on this zone is it's a resistance stand support. And we might hopefully see a rejection of price on this zone. And yeah, who knows what will happen. So I think I'll just take partials first on LAM. That's what has happened. Just some partials, and then hopefully you see price going up.
Listen, gold is moving, silver is moving, everything is moving green and
Show
heavily
us what you're
green.
looking at. Show us what you're looking at as I manage my positions on this other side. Your chart is on. Chart is on.
Yeah, just about an open. This is the green light for everyone who maybe was late to the silver trade. It's just about to break that daily high. So maybe look at your charts. I don't know what you had analyzed earlier, but if it breaks that daily high, it's already at 2.5% up. But this is the day that we are likely to see a 3% plus move in silver, given all the momentum that it has been gearing up for. Gold is another case. The 4 hour is moving quite strongly up. With no signs of stopping quite yet. I think the immediate target should be that 23.74, where I have my targets for partials, and then it is from there. If we break that level, which is currently acting as support, as a resistance level, again resistance level. If we break that, then we are likely to see even higher gold prices, and the other immediate target for me will be 24.14, hoping that we don't reject 23.79. So I can have a field day with this all day today.
Hey, we are really having a blast today. Hey, this is exciting. Anyway, continue.
So that is what I'm looking at currently, and just looking at my portfolio because where would we be without our portfolios anyway? Yeah, just adjusting levels because intraday header position is just been filled on an intraday, not part of my bigger position, but that has just taken profit. I had a target at 23.58, which was around 1.2 because I had stops for an intraday trade at 23.35. So my 1 point, in fact, it was a 123. It has just been filled, and thankfully, this yellow metal has been very generous to me today. And I hope for anyone who was in that trade, also the yellow metal has delivered for you. The reason I was having this as my target is because of this. On the 4 hour, this is why I've been checking. If you've been on the stream, you've been checking that I was on the 4 hour on gold. This is the reason why I was targeting that price, because we have a minor point of resistance right there, which we are rejecting at the moment. Which we are rejecting at the moment. So that is why I had my targets right there at 23.59 or so. Yeah, 59 or so. And we just tapped it. It took profit on my intraday. And right now we are rejecting that price. Hopefully we see higher prices than this today, which will come in handy for we need to make a t-shirt for Robert. So maybe, yeah, courtesy of gold. Robert, are you in any gold trades today? Because you came out just when I was talking about gold. So maybe you had your eyes glued on you had your eyes glued on gold as similar to me. So yeah, that is what I'm looking at. And intraday trade field, the swing position still on gold. Like I said, for the swing position, I'll be taking partials at around 23.75, but I like it lower, so I'm taking at 23.71. That is where I'll be taking my partials for the swing position on gold, looking for even higher prices as we come, as we are attracted to that 24.40 level. Let me tell you something. This has been very momentous for us today, not only on the charts but out there, and therefore, just looking out at my charts right now, I am confident. I am very confident right now that gold might be coming on to make even a new higher of a new high of the year. I think is it a decade, an all-time high? Yeah, I think we have never seen these prices again. So yeah, as much as Kenyans are making history, gold might also be on the way to make its own history. I don't know why everyone chose Thursday. Thursday for me is becoming my favorite day. So, so yeah, this is quite momentous today, and a lot of grain today. Silver again, 2.5. Have we broken? Yeah, we just broke the daily high on silver. If you're on my queue, I think I still have my position. I'm almost halfway to my position. Therefore, I'll be moving my stops like this to break even. Or yeah, I'll be moving my stops to break even. Let me just do that on the platform, so that I am not preaching water and drinking.
You saw that. Jamani, wait. Yes, yes, and drinking. Yeah.
Yeah, so current stops on silver towards break even, so that swing trade is risk free. Meanwhile, gold is continuing to do the dance for me. And man, I'm just loving this day. It's such a lovely day. I don't know what is happening for you out there, but today has been such a momentous day, such a green day, such a positive day, a day that the charts on gold are not resisting any resistance level. They are not rejecting any of those resistance levels, and the resistance levels have been wiped out. And we are now looking ahead at brighter and a more brighter future in the coming days, coming months, because everything is just looking positive today. And we embrace the positive, we embrace the change from a bearish outlook towards a bullish outlook, a very bullish outlook that is on the commodities market. And oil, again, is also green on the day. This has been quite the week, right? Quite the week, quite
Can,
the week, quite the week.
can I see your oil trade kindly, if you don't mind?
Oh, the oil trade.
Yeah.
The oil trade is right here. Oh, you mean the chart? Because I'm not loaded up my MT5 screen.
And you need to
So,
do that at least
yeah,
uonyeshe
I'll
watu
show.
vile you make your entries, because I
Yes,
think they
exactly.
know mine and they think mine is better, and I just want to show them that there is a better person. Ama, you can use another way. You can use another way. So
True,
you
true.
really need to
And by
do
the
that.
way,
So
while we're at it, there are so many ways to trade, right? There's no one
very many ways.
prescription for what
Uh,
should look like. There's no one prescription for what trading should look like. There's no one prescription for what entries should look like. Walter showed you has his entries. I'll be showing my entries. I think from tomorrow I'll be trading. I'll be making my entries live, or I'll be loading up my MT5 so that everyone can see what is happening. Walter has has a very different way of trading. I also have a very different way of trading. But guess what? We all trade our different styles, and they all work out. Yeah,
and we coexist.
and they coexist in some kind of way. So this is oil again breaking the daily highs
Yeah.
again. You remember that we took this trade at around that we broke out. Then we took a trade at 80 when we came to retest the 80 level. Right now, I should have added on to my oil position right here at 81. That did not quite happen. I think we made that entry once we broke the closure at 81.5 or so. Once we broke that out today, we had an order there. I had placed an order. I had not placed an order at the break of these weeks and the 4 hour. But yeah, I think I'm already satisfied with what I have on oil. I'm not so big in terms of position size on oil, so I just take it, small chunks of a trade because the majority of my equity. I like to use it on the commodities, that is on gold, on silver. I like to use it on the Nasdaq. So I don't want that equity tied up in oil, and I want to use it because it's not about over risking. Over risking to me is a very dangerous game, a game that I do not wish to play. So yeah, so that is what is happening right now on oil. Oil is breaking those barriers and breaking the barriers and maybe wanting to see better prices. Right now, we are interacting with that current resistance level. We are interacting with. Do we break down the resistance? I think we should be breaking down the resistance given the momentum that is out there. Should be breaking down the resistance and pushing higher. Because if you do that, we might be seeing the dawn of a new age where we are up to 84.3. That is will be immediate target once this resistance is broken. So for now, I'm very hesitant to take any partials right now on oil. Very hesitant to take any partials, although we are at a resistance in partials right now because I said I have a very small position on oil, so it will not be prudent of me to make that partial today, that partial at this level because it will not have done something to my equity account. So I want it to run until maybe you get to that 84 level. At 84 level, then I can comfortably take my partials right there. But for now, I'm just sitting it out, waiting for energy prices to play themselves out to see what happens. But currently, we are interacting with that daily high, broken the daily high on the 4 hour, and are looking to break some more as we move along on that front, on the energies names front. Looking at the stocks, which I like to be exposed when oil is moving such quite strongly. And although my MT5 for the competition does not, unfortunately, offer me the chance to go long on these stocks. But look at what happened. We said that if we had higher oil prices, then the likes of Oxy are going to see some significant breakthroughs. Look at that. We had that consolidation level that we marked out, I think, sometime this week, if I'm not wrong, breaking out of that daily channel that was bearish. Right now, the rebound is televised. We can see it. It's breaking all sorts of levels. Look at that gap up today. Today, we're moving from 61 right now. We're at 62.4. That's a whole dollar move, quite significant on Oxy. Looking at the other energy name, I guess Exxon. Exxon again is also green on the day. This is courtesy of the oil prices just making that kind of rebound. But for XOM or Mobile, whatever, wherever you went to school, we still have a chunk to do because the channel is not yet broken. So maybe not a particularly a good name to be taking long. But you know what? We just moved off that lower trend line on the bottom. So again, pushing up, and we are likely to see that this price should be coming up to maybe touch the top trend line, or what Walter likes to call the counter trend line. If you've been following on his analysis, which again is receiving all sorts of acclaim out there. Guys are really loving your trading, man. Your analysis of stocks. Soon enough, we might be getting a lot. We might be getting a lot of equities traders in the KE. Again,
Amen.
Oxy broke out right now, interacting with that resistance level at 62.57. And guess what? We might be seeing that name even inch higher because my immediate target, if I had it on the competition platform, will be the 65.82 level as a target for any kind of profit taking. But for now, I am not exposed to the name. The best I can do is look at it because also on my global equities, account which I hold with a particular party in the country. I have not taken that trade because I was not I had not planned for it. But given the high energy prices that we are continuing to see, yeah, it might get up to that 65.91 level. Moving on, Microsoft is still down on the day that the Nasdaq is also down. Given that Nvidia got to 140, people listened to me, took their profits, and sent that name tanking downwards just quite a little bit, but it's still up 2.3% on the day, or maybe 2.5% on the day. And this name continues to wreak havoc within global markets. It looks like everyone and their cousin's uncle is moving to that name, piling all their cash into Nvidia. And yeah, we might be seeing even higher and higher Nvidia prices, which my university professor, if he's around, and I'm sure he's watching this, university professor, everything that you taught us in finance, Nvidia seems to be going against you, forming a new syllabus for everyone to study. Everyone is looking quite smart when they have a position in Nvidia. So in other news, Bitcoin is giving up all the gains from today, interacting with that kind of resistance level, then coming back down towards the 65,000 area. I am not a crypto bro. I am not invested in Bitcoin. Sadly, I do not own any Bitcoin. I don't think I've reached that status of wealth to be piling up on satoshis. But with the recent gold trend, hopefully I might be knocking on on someone's door, or on Bill Gates' door, trying to tell him, can we compare wealth statuses, because gold is really delivering for me, and I hope that I have right now will get me. I'm on a roll today, right?
Hey, hey, you should be stopped, but anyway, continue. Hey, you should be stopped, Lakini. What? This is because of silver and gold. Oh Lord, Father Lord.
This is what you should expect anytime silver and gold are moving in my favor. I'll be talking, and I'll be flaunting my profits. Sorry, my my favorable positions. Anytime
Monday
this is
was my
happening in
day.
the market.
Monday was my day to yap around about Tesla. So you can take your day, have a field day with it. Plus, it's also a very iconic day. It is on Thursday,
Of
Occupy
Tesla,
Thursday.
the
So
only Thursday. Talking of Tesla, we are still holding above. Funny enough, on a day that Tesla has been red throughout the day, we're still holding above that support level I talked about. So I think my worries have been wiped out. The position still holds. Maybe Elon Musk listened to me and sent his board to rally up people to buy his stock, so that JC does not get disappointed. Thank you very much, Elon.
wow, this
Thank
guy.
you very
Wow.
much, Elon. Thank you very much, Elon. So we're still holding above that support level. I think my position is still in the red right now. Oh, one of the positions is the red, one is in the green. Remember that we had two positions on Tesla. One was when the news came out, and it was around 184 or something there. We took a trade there. That one is in the red. But again, we came back here when we tested that counter trend line. We had some more in our position, and that one is green. So I guess one chunk of that position is green, the other one is red. They're kind of ironing themselves out on the halfway mark. Then again, that does wonders for my equity, because I can have one red name, one red number on one equity, and then one green figure on the same equity. That kind of works magic for my equity. And so again, I'm looking for more positions. I think I'll be adding on to a Tesla position quite soon if we continue holding that 182.93 level, which I'm really loving as the point of control year to date. Remember that. I think Walter, we should be. I retweet Walter's tweet if you follow me on my handle, which is again at the bottom of the stream. Look at the bottom of the stream, and you will see both our handles. Go to Twitter, follow us, because that is how you keep updated on the positions we're taking and what we're looking at, our sentiment. We express our opinions on the markets on our Twitter handles if we are not on stream. But if you're on stream, please don't go anywhere. Keep it here. Stick to us because as just like sticking to our support level because this is where the magic happens, and we'll be having more guys coming on here to tell you. You might be bored with our trades very soon, so we don't want that happening, and we'll be bringing on more guys on board to show you how they trade, explain their strategies and all that. Let me be honest. The last time we met traders that are trading the traders competition, it was quite insightful, and I've been able to take some the notes I took on the day. I've been working on them, reading them like you would your national examinations back in high school, some sort of that kind of revision, and very insightful. They've been working, they've been adding more filters to my trading strategies and how I trade, basically how I execute trades. So yeah, keep to this stream, keep to our Twitter handles. The community where we have other members of the community. We have the lovely Linda who is out there. I hope she's not chewing on some tear gas smoke or something. But wherever you are, I hope she's very safe. So go to the community page, see what everyone out there is doing. We have some very insightful opinions and outlooks on the community page. So also follow the community page. It is at Top Traders Kenya on Twitter. Yeah, just go check that out. And as Micron, which is Nvidia's cousin, continues to tank, I don't know what is happening to that chip name, but it's quite a huge candle, quite a huge candle on the day. That is Micron Technology, which is also another chip name. Might be signaling that people are looking for lower chip names, cheaper prices on these chip names. But again, Nvidia is continuing to show us that it is boss of the boss. See what I did there?
Yeah. Nimeinua mikono. Continue.
It is
boss of the boss.
Yes, and it is continuing to rally up the Nasdaq. Although the Nasdaq does not want to listen today, the Nasdaq has been pulling down. Although it has found some strength at 19,848, trying to rebound. Let's see if we can turn green today, following that tank at open. And let's continue seeing what is going to happen. What is happening at Coinbase? Is Coinbase again tanking because Bitcoin, the digital yellow metal, is tanking also on the day. Not sure what is happening.
Not really.
Coinbase must be tanking also,
focus.
as the market also tanks, and also Bitcoin kind of takes back takes back all the gains made for the day. So shout out to this.
Okay, you've just
shout out to the 60 of you guys watching. Have you joined the community? Big question. I'll be reposting that tweet for you to get the links to the community right about now, so that you can
and the competition as well.
Best on what is happening in the markets now and in the future. And also check out who wins the competition. Check out the guys who will be presenting to us on the winners of the competition, the top traders in Kenya. If you Google that and it gives you another kind of information, please do not listen. Cover your ears or eyes for that matter. Do not look at that. The only community that brings the top traders in Kenya is being retweeted to my timeline right now, so that all of you can check out what is happening on the community. So Walter, what are you looking
going
at
on this other side? Yes, that's what I wanted to do. And back on my screen, and I think you can see Adobe doing something, and Adobe is holding on quite well. Price at the open, so no worries. We're doing good. Done with the retest. Hopefully, we're going back up and up and up. I want to go to Nasdaq and point out something. Nasdaq is pulling back up, trying to trying to wipe out some of the losses it has made on the day. And what we can see here clearly, we can see something called a double top, double bottom, and a double bottom courtesy of when was this? I think on Friday or on Tuesday. On Tuesday, courtesy of Tuesday's low, we now have another low around the same area, and price has rejected this. And as you can see on the 15 minutes, let me remove. I think point yangu imefika. Let me remove this, and then we go back and watch the price going back up, and wiping all those losses of the day. And while at it, I think there's a rebound in the market, and we can see price coming back up on quite some stocks, and one of them being I think Amazon. Sorry, yes, Amazon is doing good, but I don't want to jump straight on Amazon. But you can see Microsoft trying to gain back some of the losses made early in the day. We can see Tesla now up above the 1%, up now above the one negative 1%, and we can see Lam doing the same thing. Lam is trying to cover up some ground from the losses it had made early in the day, and I'm not out of the Lam trade yet. So thank God I didn't make that choice. And we're still going up, and BSC Bank of America is doing. I don't know what has just happened the last 15 minutes, but it has really moved against how the market was moving, and uh, uh, gave back some gains. But if you can look on the hourly time frame, we have covered a lot of ground and broken even the setups high. So we have an all-time high on BSE, and we can hope for the 40s anytime soon. So we can't complain about that. It's normal market movement. So we're going down and down. We're going to Amazon. Amazon is doing perfectly well, just like the doctor prescribed. I think you've seen that around on Twitter, just like the doctor prescribed. And why I feel giddy about Amazon, and I want to walk you through how I'm getting this trade on, and this is because the original Amazon trade and the setup was this, and I want to show you the. Should I use a triangle or should I use a cup and handle? But I will do both. I will do no. I'll use a cup and handle first, and you msinipige mawe, and we'll go to here, take the curves, and this one of the curves, because we're taking the right hand at the right hand edge of the chart, and show you how I do it. And that is the cup, and let me show you the handle. The handle is there, and hopefully it will break out around there, and that is one. That's the cup and handle. And if not this one, if you want to see a triangle, I'll trash this and put on this the A B. You follow the rules A B C and D. This will make it a very tight triangle. So call it May, call it what you want, but what we said and what I say and what classical say, the most important, the most important element of a continuational trend, of a continuational pattern is this, the counter trend line. So as long as price break this, I'm ready to play my breakout. And how do I estimate my gains? My opportunity is from the trough low to the trough high. So I'm doing this here, and then go back to my MT5. I show you how I'll enter this other trade, which I'm expecting it to play out nicely towards the 200, as you can see there. So going back to my MT4, let me do this, and I'm really enjoying this. Just I
Yep.
think I was the one who. I think I'm really enjoying this, whatever is happening, because I was not as confident. You had done this before, and I hadn't have done this before, so I was really worried, and now I'm finding myself settling in. And what are we looking at? It's Amazon. So there goes Amazon, and I'm settling in. Ama unaonaje Jesse?
Vizuri sana.
So my confidence is inaendelea kuongezeka, and I'm loving it here, and yeah, the more the merrier. So as per the day, I think I'm getting more confident in doing this, and we will be kila kitu itaenda poa. Anyway, I think I've not done justice to this trend line, this counter. So what I'll do, I'll just delete it and then slap in another one, and doing it right at the moment. And I think that's much better. So what I'm expecting, first things first, I estimate the height of the opportunity, and it's from the trough low. You know the trough, na ile trough ya maji, si ingine. So this is the same trough I'm trying to, in short, the volume of A, B, C, the height of that, this height here. eh? So the trough low, which is 173. Again, I'm holding my pen, and I'm writing it down because that's what I do. That's my entry. No, not really my entry. That's my low. I'm sorry, it's not my entry. And the trough high, the brim of the cup, which is the cup and handle, or what we can call our trend line towards the trend line, that is 189.21, and we can estimate the opportunity which will be which I expect from that, and that is 189.21 minus the 173.15, and I expect $13 from that trade. So $13 and 0.6, 13.6, 13.06, and expect a breakout around here, uh, and that is 187.65. Why am I doing this? And I had already done that on my trading view. It's because uh, we found out that most of the time, whatever feed we have from the broker might be different with the trading view. So when we see something on this side, we assume price is not the same on this other side, and we have to do it all over again. So if I repeat, if you are here to understand, to learn, definitely it's good for you. So 187, 187.65 plus the 13, so 187.65 plus 13.06, it gives you 200. So you are not that off. 200.71. So I'll take it as a flat 200. So what will I do? I come here, I take my position size calculator, slap it here, and okay. I have my entry, I have my exit on the top, and I'm not doing a short, I'm doing a long. So it's 187.65 as my entry, and then I'm looking to go to 200, 200 as my exit, and then take my stop loss, and at least target for somewhat. I think that's a pretty okay one, because that's a 2 point. That's almost a 2 point. That's 2.776 of the position, and because I want it to be clear to you guys, so that's why I'm moving this. So this is a 1%er, and I don't want a 1%. I just want a 0.5% for the trade from the account. So I'm risking 44. I'm risking essentially 44.7, and I just expect 123.49. So that's how I use risk management to my advantage, because that's not a loss. I know if I could have made more if I added on my stop loss, on my lot size, but uh, kila mtu atrade chart yake. Anyway, we have our stop loss here, as you can see it. I mean our position size now it's 0.1. So I'll just come slap here 0.1. I know you can see my other side, the other side of the trade, but as soon as I'm done keying in this, I think it will be clear and on the board. Nitaona because it's another. I don't know if it's possible to see what I'm doing. Replace. If it's possible, your luck. If it's not, oh, I can do that. It's impossible. No, it's not possible. So too bad. Wow, wow. Anyway, 187.65. What you've just seen here. My stop loss goes at 183.18, and then my take profit it was a cool 200. So hey, I've written 2,000. Hey, hey. There we go. And if I hide the lines from that, I think you can see what I mean. And go to the daily. You can see this entry. This is the entry I was putting in, and then si tunagojea. Anyway, let me go to the other charts, and I think we should go back to trading view and look at what the others were doing while we were at it. I think I've been walking you through how I trade on a daily basis. Hey, hii hata mtu anaweza niingilia trade, naweza pea mtu anitradie if you're sticking here since they were. I think we are going out and about and around the same charts because that's what is moving. And if you don't want to see that, I think we can just go to we can just mention something about Microsoft. Microsoft looking to come back up. And as you can see, I don't want to talk more about that. Tesla as well. Tesla is trying to cover that ground quickly, faster than we expected. And LAM doing the same. BSC going down. I don't know what's happening. So good thing my stop loss is in profits, so nothing to worry about there. We can see we're from Amazon, and Amazon is doing okay, and Adobe is still playing around the entry. So good thing about the counter trend line, we can see Meta is still trying to go back up, and Apple is doing really bad for the day, and I think it's not a triangle now. Uh, what you can see, prices just moved down, and I think you can see a good channel, or what you can call now, it qualifies as a flag for me. So we can see that we can see this as a counter trend line, and we can come slap it this here as another counter trend line, and from that rejection we can just expect the flag to break up, and from the breakout of the flag we can expect price to go, and I think retest the same area, if not the 22 fives. So the 22, not 22 fives, but the 225s.2, or the 225s area. So we expect that, but who are we now? We don't know what will happen. Do we see price moving up? What we are seeing on the intraday, we can see price getting rejected on those lows. So we just wait and see. Anyway, moving forward, we're going to Google. Google is still trying to come back up. And when Jesse was talking previously, I was trying to I did this position. I think you had something when on my yes, I ingine when I was doing when I was on MT5, and we can see price trying to come back up, and we saw price week up and then week down, and right now it's trying to chew up its tail. That's what we call it, and price is chewing down its tail. And if we beat this high, I think my entry position will be triggered, and then we go move up to the 180s where my TP lies. So my TP is there. Trade is a take profits. So we're going down, and asking about this some few minutes ago, and you might think because Bitcoin is not doing much, but Coinbase is green for the day, still playing around that support area, which we plastered it some time back, and nothing much is happening. And I want to go to my MT5 and MT4, I mean, and I want to trash that Coinbase position. I wanted to my Coinbase pending position. So back at it, I think Nvidia obeyed whatever zone I expected it to test. So I expected price to go test the gap up, which was created before pre-market and at the market open, and we can see price moving back up from the close of the Tuesday's close, I mean. So you can see price trying to push back up and up. And before going to Qualcomm, I want to go to Nasdaq, and the market is going back to the greens. And going back to the greens, it means price is moving back up. And as you can see that week, a major week called a very good rejection, which means the stock market is very healthy. Nothing was wrong. It was just a quick, what you can say, people were taking profits of the market, but you can see volume from the previous volume, as you can see this bar, and it says even though the bears won the candle, the rejection was pushed back up by the bulls. So it means the bulls are very strong for the day, and we expect more bullish action. So uh, let's stick here, and we're going to Qualcomm, and Qualcomm is doing the same. I mentioned Qualcomm might come here, test this, and you see the line was there, and I'm not a prophet, but anyway, I'm not cited on anything, and we can see at we can possibly see what Hilton is trying to do. You know, Hilton, the one and only Hilton, the Hilton, the holdings, the Hilton ile mnajua, the holding. So Hilton is here. Just dropped, and I wanted to give the mic to him, but no worries. We'll stick here with you guys. And we expected when Hilton was breaking this triangle, we expected Hilton to go test the 2019s. So that's what is happening. It's 2%. It's $2 shy to that area. We were not lucky enough to get another discounted entry since it broke out from here. But who are we just watch price action. If we lose one, not really even losing one, if one slides without us catching it, we expect another one later, and we can catch another one. So no worries about that. And this is booking pretty much doing just fine. No consolidations, no setups. We can't see any setup, and we can't be here for 3 hours and not talk about the banking stocks. And what are the banking stocks doing? The banking stocks are obeying that channel we pointed out earlier. So this is a falling channel. In the falling channel, what is happening on the falling channel? Price is trying to push back up, and trying to go towards the upper trend line, which is the counter trend line. And if it breaks, we are ready to play that zone. I don't want to play this below this counter trend line, but here is a good setup. There's a counter trend line here, which we can see on the intraday, but it is very wiki. So wiki charts, I don't really like wiki charts, because wicks, as much as wicks are candles on the lower time frame, wicks are still a sign of indecision by the players of the market. So we go to the GS. GS, I think, is pretty much doing the same, obeying the channel. And unlike JP Morgan, early in the day, I think we saw a breakout, definitely with a week, when price tried to move past the up there, up above. Sorry, uh, up above the counter trend line. And I think uh, Goldman Sachs almost ready to play, because if I see any consolidation up here, I think I'll just be taking longs. Why? Because I can estimate where this price can be going in the short, in the near future, because this is the opportunity being created by this uh, this tr- this trend line break and this breakout. We expect price to at least go to the 470, 470s and the 474s. So as we expect price to go here, I think it coincides with the high of the channel down. Expect price to break out and consolidate on the lower time frame. The consolidation will give birth to a very good entry, but as we have just seen a fake out after price has just blown, uh, traded above that counter and then back down. So I don't know what Jesse, what do you have for these guys on your end? Because I want you come and explain something about what is going on the commodities, because I know you're holding them, and yeah, I know something is happening on your end. So go
Something is
ahead,
definitely
introduce.
cooking. Something is definitely cooking because that resistance that you talked about, we pushed right through it. And yeah, I was on a break just trying to figure out if I want to have the clear water or pink water today. It turns out I just want the clear water, so I don't know who
You
brought this
should.
pink water to me. Yes.
Eh?
So anyway, yeah, gold.
This
Yeah.
guy,
So
this
gold
guy is
just
over. Continue. Hey, Leo.
rent is rent is due. So anyway,
Yeah.
gold just broke out that resistance that we had on 2360 region. Right now pushing up on the 4 hour. Just been continuously, persistently, two consecutive green candles on the 4 hour. We're about to close. I think the hourly has just closed. A new hourly has just opened. On the hourly, we had which broke out convincingly, 2 hours continuously. We broke out that resistance, and everything is looking up. We are looking at targets at 2386. Like I said, I just closed partials on that resistance level. If you are together with me, I closed partials right there on the intraday. Looking to and moved my stop loss into profit, and then looking for targets at 2385 for that matter. But I like to take it lower for those of you who know how to trade. So I'm likely going to take some profits at in and around 2372 once we filled this particular candle right here. Once we fill that candle up to the brim, I'm be looking to take the profits for the day. But my swing position continues. I've not relented on that. I think we are yet to see better gold prices at this level. And with this kind of reaction today that we have seen from the market, price is really telling us that the bulls are back in power. You cannot, keep them, you cannot keep those bulls oppressed for a long time because they will bounce back, they will push back. And right now, they're breaking every kind of resistance that is thrown their way. Therefore, very good and momentous.
Kuja
You're catching
kuprotest.
my drift.
We leo umeprotest. Wah! Okay, continue. Hey,
Yes, on same,
kumaandamano and
same, same, same.
we are live on stream.
Yes. So anyway, again, silver, same case, same story, breaking every barrier that we find on the way. Right now, we are trying to break that daily high again and again and again. This has happened over the couple of since market open. Everything has been shining green. Nothing is holding back these commodities today, and a very generally a positive day for commodities. I've not checked out the other metals and commodities, agriculturals and all that. But when it comes to the metals, the main metals that I trade, that is gold and silver, everything is looking quite green on the day. The Russell, which I've not touched on today, the Russell continues to struggle. Right now, we are at that counter trend line on, I think, the daily. I should have done it from the daily time frame. Let me just confirm that. Yes, and we are finding our wits about it. We rejected that counter trend line just around it, not particularly at it, but we rejected it at my level that I was expecting the Russell to come up to. And this is the thing, I'm expecting even lower. I'm expecting even lower prints on the Russell, given that we are operating in a very sticky situation where we have high interest rates, which are apparently going to be held for longer, and therefore the Russell, I expect that the Russell will be reacting in the same manner, trying to push lower and lower. So that is what I have on the Russell. Again, on the day, it is just up 0.38 of a percentage, and I'm expecting that we should be keeping within the bounds of that daily channel to see even lower prices, with the immediate target being that low of the channel, and by extension, the level of 1944, where ultimately we might find some kind of support. Again, depending on the fundamentals which come in that case, the lowering of the rates, or a rate cut which might spring back the Russell. I think I stated this one before. If the Russell makes its way down here, and coincidentally, we have rate cuts. Maybe guys are praising it in September or so. Then I'm expecting that the Russell is going to have a very big bounce. Remember that the Russell is mainly composed of small cap companies. These are companies which do not have as much capital as the Mag 7, the Apples, the Nvidias of the world, and all that. So it has been struggling. It has not been following up on what the other stocks or equities in the US are doing, namely in the Nasdaq, in the US 30. There has not been that big explosion. Like I mentioned before, the explosion in the Nasdaq is because it is majorly comprised of tech names, and tech names are the in thing. They are what is driving up the markets right now. That is why you can see that momentous upsurge in Nasdaq levels, because majority of the stocks named under the Nasdaq are quite are tech stocks, which are doing quite great at the moment, with the boss of the boss being Nasdaq, which is carrying this whole market on its back. Remember that the market is down just 0.08, so it's some kind of rebound from the lows we have seen today. But on the Nasdaq, I think
I
this
have
is
an objection.
particularly okay.
Objection. Objection. I'd like to shift your attention to AMD, and AMD is the chip name which is holding the market up right now. We are up 7% of the day. So I want you guys to see what NVIDIA is doing, what AMD is doing.
Certainly,
So
certainly.
before I go on, I'll just show you, then return the chat back to Jesse. And NVIDIA is, if I remove this, we had talked about AMD on Tuesday, and we had marked out these two zones, this being the resistance, this being the support, and we saw early in the week we saw price moving down, and then it is now back up. And if we remove this, because this is now a very weak zone, if we remove this and we apply our trend lines, we can see a channel down, which is now breaking out, and possibly we might see AMD strengthening. So we might be we should not might we should be considering to entertain AMD longs when we see a substantial consolidation above here. So remember, AMD is one of the what will I say? It's not fairly valued, but it is one of the undervalued chip names. So this is a very cool discount if you want to hold them for long. But if you want to intraday trade the way I do, you can just wait for a good consolidation. I don't want to go with the first whiff of a break because it is still a shaky stock, and naishuku kidogo. It is not like Nvidia. It's not like the other chip names which are doing very good right now. But AMD is one of the oldest chip names. Yeah, certainly most of the people know AMD before even Nvidia. So I don't know where Jesse has disappeared to, but we can continue before Jesse comes back. Jesse, are you back? Okay, we can just continue and maybe look at what Exxon, not Exxon. Just hear you back. Okay, continue because
Yep.
your screen is on. Is on. Sorry for the interruption, but I had to point that out before you
It was a
before you
welcome.
could have
It was a
continued
welcome.
because
I went on to look
be,
at
be, be-
my house.
because you are only speaking about Nvidia is not the only chip name you know. So AMD is how. Anyway, continue.
And Micron, which is particularly down on the day, but rejecting and rebounding back, which is another
It's
tech,
moving back.
which is another. Yeah, but overall, chip names are doing quite well. Today it might be AMD, tomorrow it might be Micron. You never know what happens out here. Remember that Micron bounced off, broke out of this region right here. So just to map out the breakout of Micron, just to have a perspective of where price is taking us. So we had this level. I think I like to have it there, but by extension, I might bring it down here because that was the initial breakout region. So we broke out on Micron. When was this? In June. This is this month, 10th. So that is when we broke out. We have seen the high of 157. Right now, big red candle, the biggest we have seen since. Oh, okay. Relatively, because there are all these gaps in when we don't have when the markets are off. So, but when the markets are on, I think this is the biggest candle we are seeing currently at the moment. Nothing to worry about. It's just in fact, it should be a very good chance for investors to, rally up and get in on the stock right before it heads for higher and higher prices, given that chip names generally are in a very good environment right now globally. Everyone is trying to look for the next NVIDIA, and Micron might be that name, AMD might be that name, other chip names might be that name. So everyone is trying to weigh in on the options for where they can get exposure to the explosion that we have seen in chip names. Meanwhile, gold continues to do the thing. Remember that we had that level that we took out our partials. Right now, we're holding below it. We have a running trade for the day, but stops are well in profit, so nothing to worry about. I can even not even look at my MT5 again today. But you know what? Silver was up around more than 3% today, still up 2.9% on the day and still moving strong. Remember that we moved our stops at two break even on silver, given that although that break has been quite convincing, we cannot move our stop loss. Personally, I cannot move my stop loss into profit quite yet until I see what happens in the next candle or the next two candles, so that if we form a new low after the breakout, I mean the breakout of this candle closure 29.8. That is why the breakout has happened. It has happened today. That is why I'm not convinced that I can readily push my stop loss into profit. But we took some partials on that before moving the stop loss. That is something I'm accustomed to do. Before I move my stop loss, first of all, go take partials, then move your stop loss. That is my it's mechanical that way. That is what I always do. And I think my brain is already used to that. So every time I'm going to move my stop loss, my fingers just move to take partials first, even before I can think about it. Silver moving on quite well. 0.29% of the day was at 3.3% plus on the day some while back, and then pushing again, it's pushing higher and higher on the day. So a very good operating environment for commodities, chip names, then Nasdaq, you name it. Although the Nasdaq has been pretty much very boring on the day, moving up earlier on accord of the BOE retaining the rates at their current position. Another name that we talked about, another asset that we talked about is WTI, and WTI has broken that daily level, pushed on. Right now, we're operating at 0.71, but we know that oil can as well do 3% on a day. Especially when the environment favors this movement. But right now, I think we just interacted with that local resistance level. A level is not a point per se, but it is really a region, and I think if you double down and go to the lower time frames, you'll see that there is a region right here that we're interacting with, which is current resistance. Let me just mark that out for anyone who cannot see there. So that is the resistance point that you are trying to interact with. And if you break that, then we are headed for even higher oil prices, taking it up to 84, which is where I will be looking to take my profits. Remember that my position on oil is not quite significant, given that I don't want to risk my equity because I have other commodities to look at, that is gold and silver. So I don't tie my capital up in oil. So looking elsewhere, Bitcoin doing the dance, taking back all the gains made on the day. Now, I just want to look at the dollar because we have this level that we'll be talking about right now. We just tested the top of that range that of the resistance level that I'm trying to look at. We have tested it, trying to make our way up. And you know what? For me, it looks like quite a bullish dollar if we can at all break that 105.3 region. If we break out of that, then we'll have quite a bullish dollar. So how does this play out in terms of commodities? No, if you are not here, was it yesterday or the day before? I think the day before, we talked about how the correlation does not always work out when it comes to commodities, especially XAU, USD. You know that this is related to the dollar, the gold against the dollar. But sometimes you can find a very resilient gold. Why? Because gold, like we said, or silver. Because largely in the commodities market, we know that some of these metals are used for industrial purposes. They're used in processing of finished goods. They themselves, gold is used for ornaments. There are so many uses for commodities. So at a time when their demand is high, at a time of especially economic uncertainty, people look for gold as the safe haven to go to. And therefore, as the dollar gains in strength, you can expect that gold might also be moving up or might be moving green, just to show that it's not always the case of a stronger USD means a weak gold price, but sometimes they move in tandem, given that they both have their individual factors which push their demand and supply aspects. So you can expect that for me, as I said it before, as long as we are holding on to this support level, let me just zoom out and go to the daily where it is more clear and more clean to show you what I mean by what informs my current bias on gold. We have this support level right here, the one marked out in yellow or whatever color this is. I'm not quite big on colors. So except pink and clear water for today. So anyway, as long as you're holding this support level here, I believe that we are yet to see the best of gold in terms of prices. And we held that level quite nicely. Right now, you can see the results of that hold by the bulls, in that the bulls have made away or have reversed these gains made by the sellers in terms of the selling pressure that was oncoming. They have showed their true hand. They have said that you might have won the war, but you're going to win the battle eventually. So they want to take it back to this all-time high of 2390, and maybe by extension come up and beat that 2430 level. I want to be there. That is why I'm holding my position on gold. That is why I closed out my intraday position, and I still hold on to the position I took while we were down here at the support level. When we came down here, rejected it, then came and retested that region at 2296. I was in a position. I've taken it up, and I'm still expecting that I'm going to take my partials on that position once we get to this 2374 region that I pointed out before, but not exactly at the level. I think I pointed out on the lower time frame, maybe the 4 hour. I'd like to take it sooner than that, so I'm maybe taking it at here 2415 level. Take my partials on the swing, and then let the other one ride, because I will have obviously traded my stops to somewhere above this resistance level here. So right now, we want to see what happens here, because we have already beaten this resistance and beaten it quite convincingly. We have beaten also the 4 hour resistances, the local ones right here. We have moved above that. So the only hurdle which is remaining, I guess, is that 2376 level. Walter, as we wind up, because I see that time is not on our side. So any maybe closing remarks you might have on your side?
Uh,
How's AMD taking
Definitely,
it?
I'll just take you.
Did you take a trade on AMD?
Uh, Not really. I told you I want. I'm waiting for a consolidation up there, so I might not be taking any AMD today because it's not really one of the strongest chip names I know. So I think towards the close, what I can just do, I can just show you whatever is happening. We can just go over whatever I'm holding right now, and to the state of the close, and then we start with that come tomorrow. And I don't know about you guys, but today was a very good. I really enjoyed the today's session. I think. Uh, uh, Majorly because you guys we are 89 guys here, and there's a mandamano going on, so you can it yani, I'm very grateful for you guys, but for now let's go through whatever I'm holding right now. We can see Nasdaq trying to do nothing, uh, playing around the same position, the same area, and but what is telling this in the previous hour we saw a huge rejection, and when price is trying to chew that up, but not that aggressively, we might see price go up and up. And I won't stay there for long, but I want to mention something about the US 30. The US 30 is green for the day and substantially green, and it has even given back some gains of the day. And this is what is happening on US 30, and because somebody mentioned about US 30 today, and US 30 is generally very volatile. And what you remember about US 30, if you're here last week or early this week, we pointed out these zones. This is the SR zones. This is support where we saw price just it was anchored here and then moving back up right now, and possibly going to test the 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 upper resistance. And what is happening intraday, it is green for the day, and unlike the rest of the index, the rest of the large cap indices, stocks, and this is what we're looking at. We're looking at a very strong open of the market, and then it means the large caps and the stable caps are doing very well, since the US 30 are the stable, one of the stable companies. I don't want to say they are banking stocks like I had some time ago. It's not only the banking stocks, there are very many. There are the J and J's, the old companies of the in the US. So we can just see whatever is happening. We saw a breakout of this, the resistance, the minor resistance, which was here. And then we are now looking at price coming in. And then looks like it is the minor the minor SR is now acting like a resistance, and price is expected to move back up. So going on, I'll talk about S&P 500. This is just quick as we move, as we winding up, because I think I have 3 minutes right now. And apart from this, we can see the same thing is happening. It has just come down, and let me remove this one because it was just ran through. And you can see this area acting like support, and we highlighted it early in the day, and then we saw a rejection the previous hour, and we see price trying to chew that tail aggressively. But what are we expecting? I am expecting price to move back up. If not so, if we break this, we should be contemplating on seeing uh, more short positions. But this is now a resistance, now turn support, and we can see price trying to get to find some support there. So Microsoft
And
moving
and we
back
see
up.
resistance.
Yeah, come again. Resistance. I know
Yes.
you. Today, I think today is your best day since we started this show, because umekuwa panster, and you're really enjoying yourself doing this. But we were taught by the
Check my
best,
bio.
and but
check
we
my
were taught
bio
by
on
the best.
Twitter.
Okay, I will do. Anyway, we were taught by the best. I think the Traders TV from Canada did a number on us, and they are always throwing pants here and there. So this is what is happening, and price moving down, but we expect it to go back up. You see the setup. We outlined the setup. So straight to Lam. Lam found support going back up. So doing good. BAC is not doing that well because we went significantly up for the day. At least half the opportunity. Now going back down, giving back some gains, but we have already we what did we do? We moved our stops to break even, so nothing to worry about that. Amazon is doing good, up for the day, significantly better than the other Mag sevens, but trading above my stop loss. So my entry point, so that's a plus for me. And you know how bad it was when you are down here. So this is nothing. Playing around my entry point. So this Adobe is still playing around. I don't know what is happening, but the market right now is very sticky, and we can see a consolidation in the market, and price is trying not to move, and still doing that picky ponky. So anyway, Meta is doing the same thing. Channel trying to go back up. Uh, Apple just broken down, another down. So nothing much from Apple. Google nothing much, but we already tumeweka huko positions zikifunguliwa sawa, but that's enough for the day. Thank you guys, 92 of you guys here, and it has been really exciting. And if you have not joined the competition, please do, so that we interact on a skill-based level. Other than that, if you have not joined our community on Twitter, the Top Traders Kenya, where we try and interact on a skill-based level, please do. If you've not followed this channel on Twitter, please do. On YouTube as well, we have our recordings since we do this every day from Monday to Friday. Free information, free skill-based information. So you can like this. Just it is the easiest way you can show support. Like, retweet for others to know about this. Usikule peke yako. We know we're dropping gems, and gems will keep on dropping. So it's time, and thank you so much. See you guys tomorrow. We're hoping for the stock market to go up for the day, but we're still up on our portfolios. So cheers. Have a good day. Have a good evening.
Cheers, man.
And